Are we all
I'm
prepared?
physically, if not emotionally, prepared.
I was trying to come up with a way to not use your tagline, but use your tagline.
I've started
Uh,
not using my tagline just because, like, with enough people actually going through emotional issues, I feel like shitty saying it now.
I'm still doing the wake up really, really early thing. So 10 o'clock will be, or sorry, midnight
well, yeah, 10 your
is when I
time,
turn
midnight
Yeah,
our
into
time.
a
it's a hard
pumpkin.
midnight.
Yes, hard deadline.
Well, the good news is there are lots of stopping points in this module, so it's designed to be able to be picked up easily. Um, are we all on the whiteboard with I see two people
Oh,
So
I'm
I'm one
still
step.
figuring this out.
I am on the board of white.
with lots of shapes.
All the shapes. I saw that last week and I was like kind of scared and excited.
So what
I
was that
mean,
game that they had when we were kids that had basically all the shapes and they had the pop-up timer and you had to get them
Oh
all
my
in?
god, I
oh
love that.
yeah, it was
Uh,
concentration, wasn't it?
or perfection?
I'm not sure.
I had that though. Oh my
One of
gosh.
those games. One
I
of
would get
those
so
words.
stressed out. It was amazing. It was like the game where you psych yourself out and give yourself tension for fun. I mean, how disturbed.
Here, have performance anxiety, and this will tase
Yeah,
you. Oh, that was
have
that was
performance anxiety
Operation.
as a child.
That was Operation with the mild electrical shock if
That
you mess
too.
up
I
just a
love
little
that as
bit.
well. But I look back, I'm like, wow. I mean, in a way, it
Well,
is training you for being an adult, but it's also.
well, I mean, to be fair, let's also look at this as also the generation that basically had the idea of let's have the family stand on opposite sides of the lawn and throw weighted, sharpened metal spikes at each other with lawn darts. Like this is
Damn, it
clearly
was
gonna
fun.
go.
No, we just did the normal darts.
Oh, I loved lawn darts, but I mean, it
It's
was
hard to
We
see
still
didn't
though.
like,
throw them at each other. We threw them at a dartboard, like.
well, according to the official rules of the lawn darts, the jarts game, you're supposed to have them like stand on either end of the yard and throw them at each other. Well, I mean, not at each other, but in each other's general directions, which invariably means
Yeah.
at each other. Got the big old rings that you put on the grass. Here, let's stand next to the chart board. Mm,
It's all fun and games.
it's all
Until
fun
Well, and
and
all
someone
the
game
loses an
until
eye.
playground equipment was on asphalt, so yeah.
oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
what safety?
Or sharpen gravel.
I mean, honest. When I was in elementary school, there was like an upper field and a lower field, and like when it rained, it would get incredibly muddy. So like as kids, we thought it was great to just go sliding down this mud hill.
I think we lost you.
Oh, I was talking about. I would slide down this mud hill. Like every time it rained, like the upper and lower fields of my elementary school would get very muddy. And when we had recess, inevitably people would just
It
slide
just
down
turned
the
into
mud hill.
Woodstock.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
basically Woodstock. Hey, that was elementary school in the 70s.
Ah,
Slide down hills
memories.
in our garanimals.
I thought I was the only one that remembered Garanimals and Robux
Oh,
jeans.
and oh, don't forget Oshkosh Bagosh,
Oh yeah,
man,
that was a big
and
thing.
Keds, and Keds if you were the baller with the Keds with the Velcro. Mm-hmm. Yes. Ah, okay. Now that we're all sufficiently in a non-prepared mindset in any way, shape, or form,
Never stop being unprepared.
that's called playing on a hardcore server. Never stop panicking. He looks at the sorcerer who got down to 2 hit points in the price of freedom last night.
Just a
Oh
little bit.
geez, I'm giving up.
We've got
Hmm.
9 banked and working towards 10, so
Solgren's pushing 12. So just trucking
I
along.
lost my main character like last week, and then I said, "Fuck it."
Yeah, I saw you had 2 level 5s in the Land of Lost Souls, and I was like, I don't
Well,
think he's coming
I do
back.
have that. I do have that. That ranger still around, but
Oh, when
I
you
think
died to the
he's level
trap.
4.
Yeah.
When I got murdered by champion magic this last time, and I just kind of hit a wall, and I was like, yeah, I don't
Oh
know
yeah,
if
I
it's
did.
fun anymore.
Yeah, I did Red
we
Fang
watched-
and died in the poison shit, and I was like, "Fuck you."
We watched a 20 die last night. Like,
We're
ouch.
both like, why are you still playing?
Yeah, you get to 20 and you stop. Like, just leave it alone.
Now, if you
All right.
reach 20 and then die, do you get the 20 reward?
No,
I think
No.
what?
you have to be 20 at the time.
When the server closes,
It
you can't
ends.
just go and
Yeah.
pick up a reward.
Well, no. From what I understand, you have to be 20, then go talk to Mortality, then you have your 20th reward. But for as the end stuff, no, you have to be alive to get the credit on the leaderboards and everything.
Oh,
Yeah. So if you reincarnate, you lose all credit.
so I can just do normal difficulty and like hold out hope that people get themselves killed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Normal
That might
and
be the path for me
Slayers.
now. I think my path now is a non-champion path. It's gonna be a wussy, don't hurt me path.
Yeah, I
Hashtag
was
talkie
thinking
gets you killed.
with the ranger that I was just going to do all wildernesses.
Yeah,
See,
I can see.
just go
I can
for
see
it.
somebody who's like 26 doing pugs and inviting all the 30s to join and trying to kill them.
Mhm.
Ooh, interesting.
Hey, you can. I mean, you can definitely get like to 30 through the explorers. So between
It's very mind numbing, but you can
yeah,
do
but
it.
between
Takes
King's
a long while.
Forest, Necro, and the Dwarven Forge
Thunderholm.
place.
Thunder home.
Thunderhome. Yeah,
Crash.
you can totally get to 30.
I'm
But
wondering if anybody's died to the dragon in Marketplace.
I got booted. I got damaged. I was
Yeah.
just standing around, minding my own business, looking at my inventory, and the dragon landed and bopped me, and I freaked out. You know, because my camera went wild because I'd gotten buffeted, and it only did like 8 damage though. But that sudden moment of what the fuck is happening?
Oh, exactly.
Like the whole time I've been afraid of getting random fall damage because at one point, you know, you could randomly accidentally trigger a fall or fall damage that would be like 200 fall damage.
Yep. Get a little stuck spot.
Yeah, and I was like, I've always been terrified of some freakish thing like that happening.
All right. So are we ready to kick this off?
Giver.
Or are we putting it off some more?
I'm not sure any of us are
Only
ready.
a little bit terrified.
Okay. Well, first things first is this. We ended our last session with a Friday filled with planning and thoughts, speculation about the future, and the knowledge that Saturday morning, 10 a.m. sharp, everyone was to be back at the Defenders HQ for the retirement party of the local legend Roger the Crab Graham, who had been protecting the city for the past 22 years and had finally had enough. So before we begin, is there anything that anyone would like to do before uh, going to the actual event itself?
I think I just want to mention it looks like I have 1 damage thing, and I should be healed that perhaps.
I have you listen. I have you as full up, but
Full?
yes,
Okay.
if you had one damage before you went to bed, then it would have healed up overnight anyway. So
Cool. Perhaps I was derelict on switching that off.
I
I
might
think,
not have mentioned it.
and I think Tubbs topped us all off before
Yeah.
as we headed into this.
But and then like Bonnie, you mentioned that you wanted to get like a gift card as a retirement gift.
I mentioned that I was going to Elephant World maybe to get something. You know, and I think I had brilliant ideas. Oh, I know. It was crab month at the Pink Salmon.
Right.
But
Is that a
yeah,
seafood restaurant?
yeah, it's a seafood chain.
Would that make the crab a cannibal?
Well, um he's not really a crab.
Yes, I know.
Did you not know that? It's a costume.
Shh.
Don't
Don't
spoil
let
it
the
for the
kids
kids.
know. It's like not in front of Parker and Trixie. And the other
Next,
kid
you'll
whose
say
name I don't
Santa
remember.
isn't real.
Or Ricky?
Chiffon.
Chiffon.
Yeah, Trixie does. Trixie's well. Okay, maybe Trixie understands language. I don't know. She's forming syllables in her head. Maybe now. I don't know. It's the older kids. I can't remember though whether that was something that Marge was doing or if it was because it seems to me that it was more likely something that Tyler would do is to get a gift card for the pink salmon.
That depends on Tyler. He's personally known the crab for, well, Tyler's known Roger for a while. As the crab, only
Yeah,
known him for about a week.
I think Tyler would get something, especially because now that he's recently signed up to the um, to the Defenders, and he has like an actual place to sleep that doesn't have like bowling lanes next to it,
That he's not
and
actually
he's not
sleeping in a
being
bowling
paid
alley.
less than minimum wage. I think he's feeling like big spender over this, you know, like this is his first chance to really like, hey, I'm a big deal now. I can buy gift cards at the Pink Salmon.
Okay. So Tyler is going to go and acquire a gift card to the Pink Salmon for Roger.
Yeah.
Is anyone else doing anything before
I
we?
think Marge would go to Elephant World because you know on Saturdays there's got to be like those. What time is the actual retirement party?
It's 10 a.m.
The party's at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
What? That's a weird time for a
The
party on a
official ceremony.
Saturday.
The official ceremony begins at 10 a.m.
No wonder this is going to take us 4 months. Okay. Well, so you don't get to normally do like the full like suburban rituals with the 10 a.m. start.
Well, bear in mind, this is also not suburbia. This is deep the city. There's places open pretty much at any time.
Yeah, but it's kind of like that weekend ritual list. You get up kind of slowly. You maybe have a kid thing, but like by the time it's roughly lunchtime, the family goes out to lunch, and then maybe you have a thing to go to. I was thinking maybe this was going to be the after lunch thing to go to. But okay, so Marge breakfast with the family. They did the pancakes and the little shapes, you know, like the little animal pancakes.
Just embracing the super soccer mom.
Yeah, total soccer mom things. And then they went out on like the little early errands and stopped by Elephant World, where I imagine that Marge made some kind of um like gourmet food basket.
Okay.
You know, like if you go to I'm assuming maybe well, Elephant World has everything. So they've got to have one of those like really kitschy kind of foods of the world things places, but it's all really made in Guam.
Yeah, pretty much.
So she's getting a little bit of the coffee, a little bit of the fancy tea, a little bit of the strange jams and the processed meats. The,
The
the
the, the Pier 1 gift basket
yeah, the Pure
sampler.
One basket, and it kind of smells of weird incense. The
All right.
Of course, the overpriced cheese, and a bottle of wine, and wraps it all up in cellophane for her happy retirement party gift.
So Tyler's coming in with a card. Mother Nature's coming in with this laundry basket sized gift basket wrapped in brightly colored cello.
A food that nobody would ever voluntarily purchase or eat unless they're just too lazy.
Yeah, like gefilte fish with
The
pimentos
stuff that you
and
absolutely will
tamarind
tear
rinds.
through if you're watching TV all weekend and can't be asked to like actually make food.
Are Mr. Bits and Shota doing anything, or are they just going to the retirement party?
I think Mr. Bits is
Um,
probably a bit oblivious.
Oh, that was
I
me
think.
pushing F to nod.
I think.
I think Ricky's trying to sneak his name onto the onto Mrs. Mother Nature's card.
Oh, I don't know. I think I'd buy him something, but nothing really expensive. Like some, if you go to those like mall like fake um silver kind of things, the stands like in the middle of the mall where they
We
sell like
remember
fake.
things.
Yeah,
Remember
maybe
or
I'll get
something
him like a cheap pair of cufflinks or something, because that's what I think my dad got when he retired.
with like the initials TC on it for the crab.
Yeah, I'll get it engraved even
I'm
for,
dying.
yeah, TC. Yeah, that's a good way. So yeah, there'll be like cheap silver cufflinks with the letters TC on them.
That's beautiful.
I'm just making some notes here. Okay, sorry about that.
I hope those were available.
Oh my gosh, we got to put that in the whiteboard.
Oh wow. Are those
There we
cufflinks?
go.
Yeah, on Etsy.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, I guess with Google you could find anything.
You can find
With
anything,
Etsy, you can find
anywhere.
all the gifts.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I found the elk cap. I'm
Inclu-
gonna get Zolaria.
oh God. Okay, so are we all at this point? We have our gifts and we're headed over towards the ceremony.
Is
Oh
the
yeah,
ceremony at Defenders HQ?
It is at the HQ. That's why we're all on the whiteboard presently marked on HQ.
this looks like a messed up board game.
Well, kind of by definition, it is a messed up board game.
True, you're right. So meta.
Okay, so part one of this little story arc is labeled "Everything is Fine."
It is. It's all fine.
I'm having a great time.
We begin our festivities with a very formal and stuffy gathering in one of the many large multi-purpose rooms deep within Defenders HQ. If you want to visualize it, think any mid-grade community college graduation, with a whole bunch of, you know, carbon copy chairs and a 2-foot dais in the center. In truth, a very stuffy and strict atmosphere evokes images more of a like I said, more of a graduation ceremony than any sort of crazy party, save for the fact that those in attendance are all in any manner of brightly colored heroic costumes instead of drab black gowns. The crab himself, guest of honor, sits upon a plain metal folding chair on the stage. His wife Tracy Ing seated beside him, looking visibly uncomfortable and almost irritated at how long the proceedings are taking, even though they just started. With the exception of some individuals who volunteered for security detail, nearly every hero in the city is present. The crab is indeed a local legend, and it seems everyone is quite happy to come and show their respects. Even members of other alliances are visible with temporary guest passes. As you glance through the crowd, there's the Puffy Pants squad, and over there, Nuck Choris sitting next to Finger Guns McGee. And even Kat the bounty hunter came and is behaving, and she's supposed to have beef with the defenders.
Ooh.
The mayor of the city gets up to give a speech, facing the crowd, and she doesn't see that the crab is leaning over with his chin in his hand. Only about 5 minutes in length, it feels like an eternity, and then everyone is giving a standing ovation, and the crab ceremoniously doffs his headgear and places it on the dais, leaving it behind as he steps down into the crowd. Shaking hands, smiling and nodding, Roger Graham mingles with the well-wishers, stopping occasionally to specific people to lean in and whisper something in their ear before getting a conspiratorial nod in return. And he approaches the four of you, gives a wink, and leans into each of you to do the same, whispering, "Head to a lot of balls after this. Street clothes."
Oh yeah!
After nearly an hour of handshaking and thank yous and the like, Roger and Tracy are finally able to break free of the throng of gaudy costumes. Smiling and giving one last wave, they turn and leave. Seems now like it's a good time to head to the real fun.
Tyler
Uh,
is so pumped. Oh yeah, a lot of balls.
A lot of balls.
The best place.
So are we all, I'm assuming, converting to street clothes and then doing as he says and heading to the lot of balls bowling alley?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Does anybody want to ride on my scooter? My Vespa? I'm assuming we aren't taking official Defender cars since we're in street clothes.
At this point, Marge, I'm assuming, has her Volvo with her.
Oh, she totally has her Volvo with her.
Yeah, can you spare us a ride?
But Tyler's offering his Vespa.
Oh, right.
He can give one person a lift.
Yeah, yeah,
If
sure.
anybody's brave enough.
Oh, Ricky's
One
always
person.
brave enough.
Tyler will
sure,
hand
that-
Ricky his purple sissy helmet.
Yeah, Bert's riding with Mother Nature.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Yeah, so leaving the two teenagers unattended. Okay, that's safe.
Young
Well,
adults.
it's not like Tyler doesn't know how to get there.
This is true.
It's his home away from new home. And he's still, like, pilfering all the jalapeno poppers he can, so.
The parking lot at Lotta Ball's bowling alley is filled with cars, but not the typical ones that Tyler would expect to see for afternoon league play. Except for Rogers, that is. As you enter and scrub the too bright sun from your eyes to adjust to the dimmer interior, it's pretty obvious why. Roger, it seems, has bought out the alley for the real deal blowout. Funny Ray didn't mention it unless it was a last minute thing.
Tyler will slip behind the counter and, like, try to handle anybody getting bowling shoes.
The shoes have already been distributed for,
Okay.
except for you four.
So, like,
Those are the only ones.
if it looks like anybody needs any official bowling employee capacity stuff to happen, Tyler will jump in and do it.
Your friend Chewy is actually handling all of that.
Oh, cool. But Tyler's also thinking that if he, like, does anything helpful, he can, like, play that off as, like, putting in work today.
You can pretend like he's working.
Yeah. He totally did a shift. He's working 2 jobs now.
Yeah.
Cool. Can I have a size 11? I think size 11. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Kyle, get you some shoes. Spray them first.
Filled with the creepy spray.
Creepy spray.
Ricky just breathes deep.
Oh.
I love that smell.
You guys want any poppers? Nope. Okay, 5 orders of poppers coming up.
I'll take an order.
You notice as you go back there.
Extra cheesy dippy sauce, please.
Poor Chewy has like every Every spot on the griddle going, every fryer is going. It's like he's cooking the entire damn menu right now at once.
Tyler will totally help him. He'll just eat stuff as he helps.
40 or so heroes from the Defenders, and some from outside the Defenders that you're not particularly familiar with, are all arrayed around 10 consecutive lanes. Straight around are open coolers filled with ice and hundreds of cans of 3 Crazy, because we can't say 4 Loco on this stream. Tables dragged over from the concession area, which Tyler can already feel Ray seething about, and on nearly every horizontal surface, dozens and dozens and dozens of liquor bottles of every shape, size, and color. Chewie's manning the concession stand, wide-eyed and unsure how to really process what's going on, especially every time he catches eyes with Tyler and mouths, "What the f," with a shrug to his shoulders. Heroes naturally have a higher tolerance than everyday civilians, but it's easy to see this is enough to shred 3 times as many heroes as are present. One of the heroes taps Roger's shoulder and points to you four, and he cracks a full-face grin, the kind you haven't seen before, because he's always been super stressed and serious. Hands go up in the air, and he goes, "All right, that's everybody. Here's the rules. You get a strike, you drink. You get a spare, you drink. Throw a gutter ball, you drink. Throw a field goal, you drink. You feel like it, you drink." Twirls his hand in the air and shouts, "Let's do it. I don't want to see any empty cups in this bitch. The crab is getting fucked up tonight." And then from over the
Yeah,
PA
crap!
system, heavy bass-throbbing electronic music fills the alley, and suddenly you find yourself immersed in a real-world version of a party music video. Seems that 22 years of being the super responsible hero the city needed led to needing quite the blowout. After only a few frames, you start to realize why this 3 Crazy stuff was banned once and nearly banned a second time after the reformulation. But the energy buzz in it just keeps you trucking on. For those who are not aware of what 3 Crazy, aka 4 Loco, is, basically it's a malt liquor between 15 and 18% alcohol by volume that's also simultaneously an energy drink. Um, it gets you ripped really, really fast, especially when you mix it with actual liquor. Before Before long, even the good bowlers who started off throwing turkeys and strikes are throwing gutter balls on the wrong lane and stumbling around. Some folks are making out in the open, others are binge chowing on greasy fried foods prepared by an increasingly concerned Chewy to satisfy their drunchies. The lanes are covered in empty bottles and cans and riddled with sticky puddles, and Jim and I stepped out of themselves, and Jim is making out with Irene, who has someone off to the side having a total brain meltdown as to the proper pronouns to use. Kind of something to the effect of, "So Gemini is they, but when Jim steps out, he's he of they, and Irene is she of they, but is he making out with her, or is she making out with they, or are they making out with they while being him and her?" To which Irene turns her head, winks, and says, "Yes," and you watch the questioning party's eyes roll back in their head as they go, the alcohol overtakes them, and they pass out. Flat on the floor. And that's the last thing you remember.
You bastard!
Wait, what was that the bastard for?
You really are hangovering us.
He
Yes,
totally is.
I told you I was.
I didn't think you were going to be literally doing that.
Quite literally. Except it's worse because now you have a spider web in the same city that you live and work in with people in context that you live and work with. And it's not just what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Marge was supposed to go home.
You were supposed to.
Damn it! Okay, this is great.
Okay.
No worries.
Now I need all of you
Nothing
to roll
bad can
tough
happen.
and
Everything's
hero.
okay.
This will
Tough
be a
and
comedic
hero.
adventure. We're all gonna bond. What did you need us to roll?
Tough plus hero to see who comes to first.
Oh my god. Starts here. 4.
11.
Sorry, I'm blessing my dice.
She's frantically scribbling with a pencil.
Marge is 9. And Tyler is 8.
All right, so Bert. Okay, sorry, just making some notes there. So the sun, excessively bright and hot, searing pain even through closed eyelids. The somewhat unexpected sound of birds chirping in a breeze flowing through the trees, and the strange creaking of a wooden rocking chair. Bert's the first person to come to. Bert is curled up on his side under some rose bushes, wearing a manly kilt and leather boots, and naught else, with a face covered in Heath Ledger Joker-esque red lipstick. Your kilt contains a purse, which, as you dig inside it, has a... Oh, sorry, I should specify. There's an actual term for the kilt purse called, I'm going to butcher this pronunciation,
Sporin?
called the sporin, but we're just going to call it the kilt purse. And inside of that, you have $117 in small bills. Marge wakes
Okay,
up
he's officially
with an
frightened.
with an extra god-awful taste in her mouth. It's not just booze. It's stale and ashy, but with a hint of fruity notes.
Oh God, did I eat fats?
It's almost as if you smoked a cigar last night.
Okay, that's normal.
Oh, wait, hold on a sec. I forgot I have things. I have things for the whiteboard. I forgot about this. Da da da. Here we go. First off is Bert's outfit, except Sean's shirt. I couldn't find one without the shirt. Marge has a huge gold chain with a stylized medallion around her neck.
Oh my God, that's so me. This feels just like college.
And the more you examine it, the more you're convinced this isn't just costume jewelry. That's real gold, and those are real diamonds in it. I need you to roll me a smart plus hero.
13. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong direction. 10.
10. Okay. Yeah, your basic knowledge of jewelry, that is 100% 24 karat gold, and each of those diamonds are 100% real. Uh, by your best guess, that's about a $300,000 chain around your neck.
Yeah!
What somehow strangely fits in with the outfit that you're wearing, which is reminiscent of a Cleopatra outfit. It does,
I
however, kind of clash with the nacho cheese stains
I
that
was
are
so
on your
excited
Cleopatra
that I was
outfit.
going to be wearing a tracksuit to go with the chain.
And some Adidas.
Yeah, some Adidas.
As your senses are coming to, there's a bit of a scratchy sensation, and you find crumpled inside tucked in your bra is a small, seemingly empty Ziploc baggie, which looked like at one point it held powdered sugar, tucked next to a matchbook from the Daffodil Club with several matches missing.
Oh God, no. Not the Daffodil Club.
As you glance around, you also see Bert, who's coming to, and on his back is a tattoo of rainbows and flowers specifically on his left shoulder blade. Tyler is face down amidst the broken pieces of a low-back boat seat, which he is clutching and using as a pillow. Trickles of vomit run down the vinyl and into the grass below. Atop his head is a naval-style captain's hat, which is significantly less unusual than the giant foam rubber Gwar cosplay, which exposes almost as much skin as Bert's outfit does, complete with the comically oversized floppy foam rubber space alien codpiece.
Sweet.
which looks something like that. And Ricky. Poor Ricky. Ricky is curled up on the grass with a rather large fish. Upon realizing it is alive and blinking at you, it bleats plaintively, just like a meh, meh, but is
Like the
otherwise
fish?
oddly complacent. I'm sorry, you said something?
The fish does that?
Yes, the fish, first off, the fish blinks and then bleats at you. Yes.
Oh.
It is only then that it becomes apparent that Ricky is in a medium-grade Sailor Moon costume, complete with a wig made from bright yellow yarn. The fish is
I
strangely
love
calm
it.
for being out of water for who knows how long, but it seems to be rather fond of Ricky. And there we have Ricky's outfit.
Oh yeah.
So these are your tokens for the evening,
Oh, that's
or however
legit.
long. However long it takes
For
you
the
to
next 4
recover,
months.
or however long it takes,
The next 4 months, yeah.
and you find yourself, as I mentioned, in the grass
Oh.
of a house.
Like the front lawn.
Yep.
Wait, I think I missed. Do we know what house this is?
I'm sorry. I missed. What do we know? What?
Do we know what house this is? We just wake up in the grass of a house.
No, you've basically just come to in a yard at this point. Roger's nowhere to be seen. Marge's Volvo is nowhere to be seen. What's immediately apparent, though, is that there's a busted chain link fence with an overturned boat in the middle of it, one of the broken seats of which apparently Tyler was using as a pillow.
Is there a name on the boat?
That would be on the other side, which you can't see right now.
Um, Health check. Do we all have all of our little bars?
As you look up into the heads-up display, yes, all of you have your. It's very blurry, but you have all of your hit
We have to
points.
like squint because the light hurts from the sun.
Oh, it most certainly does. There's an old, probably in his 70s, one would describe as a country-looking guy, sitting on a rocking chair on the porch with a shotgun laid across his lap. As he kind of sees you come around, he greets you with a, "Looks like you lot had fun last night."
Did we?
Uh not having fun right now.
Marge searches for her phone.
Uh, oh, that's another thing. As you search for your inventory, for the time being, outside of what we've just discussed, you have no phone, no wallet, and no
No
clothes.
hand sanitizer.
No hand sanitizer, no jalapeno koozie.
You know, Tyler has a serious hunger going on.
And
He'll ask the old guy, like, how close is the nearest Taco Burger Palace?
so he asked the old guy, "What?"
How close is the nearest Taco Burger Palace?
How close is near as what?
Taco Burger Palace, man.
Oh, here in the city, you got a Taco Burger Palace every other block. There's one about 2 blocks down the
So
road.
Tyler will take off running.
His name's Mitch, by the way. And he glances over at Bert, who's still kind of rubbing his eyes. makes a head nod and says, "Yeah, that other mostly naked feller you're with already took off. Called a friend apparently, and they drove off."
So Tyler's gone.
This
He just took off.
He's running down the street looking for Taco Burger Palace because he's got a hunger for those jalapeno
Now, who
poppers.
called
Well,
a friend and left?
as you're running down the street, before we get to Mr. Bits' comment there, I need Tyler to make a. Let's see, what would this be? This would be fast and dodge and defense. No, sorry, defense, dodge, and hero. Sorry, getting my things mixed up.
I'm checking some things. What? He doesn't have dodge? How is this possible?
Tyler doesn't have dodge?
He doesn't. He took athletics and acrobatics instead.
Sure doesn't. Unfortunately, hand to hand doesn't really help in this case. So that's just going to be defense and hero then.
Oh, but I rolled the big numbers on everything that I had. So I got a 12.
12. That's good because as Tyler just up and takes off, completely off center, the flailing run when someone's really not ready to start sprinting and just tries to anyway, and limbs go everywhere, takes off through the busted fence, past the boat, about to get in the street and go up the corner when a black vehicle swerves around the corner. This isn't an SUV kind of vehicle, it's more like a Mazda, but kind of comes around screeching, narrowly avoiding Tyler as it comes to a halt right in front of the busted fence and the boat.
Can't stop.
Outside,
Can't stop. Won't stop.
outside of this vehicle steps a driver, who looks around, gets an eye on Marge, finger points at her, and starts marching straight towards her. Like, you!
She holds up a hand like, no, you don't.
Wait, is this a hostile? No, you don't, or is this a I don't know? Maybe you don't.
She like on principle, Marge does not like finger pointing in her direction. I mean,
Okay.
either it's like some sassy PTA mom just throwing shade, or it's a monkey that's getting ready to throw something.
Now, as this is going on, Mr. Bits,
Right.
or sorry, not Mr. Bits. No one's in costume right now. Bert, you were going to say something?
Oh, he made a comment about our friend calling someone and leaving, and I'm wondering who that person was.
Oh, man, I don't know who it was, but some other feller you were curled up with on the grass there last night.
Do you have a
Little
description?
young, little young thing with a blonde hair with some of that peacock eye makeup. Look, that some of them folks wear a little frill type. He kind of puts his hand up and makes a 45-degree angle.
Was it David Bowie?
Yeah, that would work.
Now, you said that in town there's a Taco Burger Palace near every corner, but what town are we in?
But
Are we still in the city?
Yeah, what town or what city are we in?
well, this is not an area of the city that you're familiar with, but yes, you're still within the outskirts of the city. One would say the outer suburbs, but still within the larger metropolitan area of the environs.
Okay.
The outskirts where people actually have houses with yards. Still in the city, but you're not country. You're not full on country Fred yet. You're on a residential street with multiple houses.
Well, that begs the
Chain link.
question: how does this compare with where Marge and Darren's house is?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
How does this compare with where Marge and Aaron's house is? I mean, Darren.
Um, you would say that you're in a slightly better established neighborhood.
Then
We're not.
where her house is.
Yes, your Marge's and Darren's houses. We're not. We're not quite hood, but we're not in the upper class areas or middle class. It's, let's say, the lower middle class. We'll put it that way.
But
Now, what
this,
was the guy's? Oh, go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
was just like, this isn't like a neighborhood like a shameless neighborhood where like they're due for gentrification.
Not no no.
I'm still trying to make the tracksuit happen. Um,
Now, the guy with the shotgun, what's his name again?
Yeah, his name is Mitch. That's what he said.
Okay. Bert's gonna ask Mitch if he has a flannel shirt that he could borrow.
Um, Nothing personal there, but I don't think any of the shirts that I have would be fitting you. This guy looks like he's 110 pounds soaking wet.
Okay.
sir, how long have we been here?
Since about 4 in the morning last night, came in here with that fella right there. He points at the guy stepped out of the vehicle, um, making a big old ruckus about seeing how far you could throw a bow. At which point the dropped driver says, "Yeah, y'all was crazy last night. I don't know what level of ripped you guys were on, but yeah, you had me pull this boat all the way down here, all the way from the docks, and then yeah, you start coming up some crazy mess about how you want to throw it. I unhooked it and I ran. Yeah, because you guys was gonna get arrested. I didn't want to be no part of that. But this chica done had her charge card messed up and fraud locked my transaction. So now I got a fraud charge reversal on my account. This is a knock against me, and I'm out the money from last night.
What? You have my credit card?
So, well, it's technically through your dropped app on your phone, which you no longer have. But
Oh, is it one of those like temporary charge cards that like are for per transaction usage or something?
well, no, well as far as which one you signed up with on your on an Uber. Well, sorry, it's not Lyft. It's dropped.
Oh,
Um,
dropped.
yes, yes. This is
I'm picking up
so
what
you
you're
have
putting
your
down now.
account with them. Yeah, you have your account with them. You establish your card through
Is
the
it
application, and
is it
then that's how
spelled
they get paid.
DROPT?
It sure
Yes.
is.
Awesome. So there's a lot of information there. We got there 4 in the morning. We were at the docks prior to getting here. We threw a boat. We were lit. Well, that part was obvious. We
Anyone
used
who kind of
dropped.
anyone who kind of looks over at the boat realizes, depending on where the four of you picked it up, you threw the boat about 4 feet, and then it rolled. Looks like it rolled over and busted a chair, which then Tyler used as a pillow to vomit
But I
on.
threw a boat. Can I search the boat in case the phone's on the boat?
That's an interesting thought.
Since I had the
Uh,
phone, I guess when we were at the docks, the previous place, enough to pay a drop or a dropped or something.
well, at this point, however, the drop driver, who has a little name tag on that says, "Hi, my name is Dave," is like, look. I don't want you trying to run off on nothing with it. I need my money back. I need you to get this fraud thing off my record because that messes up my report. That makes me get fewer rides, which means I get less money.
Well, if you'll take us back to the Defenders of the City headquarters, we'll get this all squared away for you.
Is there
Oh, so
any
you
way that I can like use an alias in hit to like get him to believe there's an alias when he gives me a bad review and I can play off that my last name's Schuster?
uh, got your information for safety purposes from the app.
So he knows that I'm Marge Aaron.
He knows you're Marge Aaron.
God damn it!
He doesn't know your address, but he knows you're Marge Aaron. It's for the safety of the drivers.
Can I change my
just
name on my
just like you
alias?
get his information. Well, just like you get his information about his name and what vehicle he's driving, he gets your information to make sure you don't stab him.
Hey, I guess okay. I don't have my phone anyhow, so it's pointless. But Marge is already thinking that when she gets her phone back, she's going to ask Mr. Bits to like hack her dropped account so that it's someone else that they don't like. You know, like Edmund Schuster or whatever. Why can't I remember his name? The guy we just pissed off last time.
That was Evan Schuster.
Yeah,
I
Evan
figured
Schuster.
you were going to go with Betsy Huffman.
Oh, I could go with Betsy. Yeah, Betsy Huffman's probably a better bet because she's at least female.
And that would be all sorts of scandalous.
Oh, right.
Um,
So
so,
okay, we got to
but-
get her phone back.
So, do me a favor, make let's see here. This would be smart plus perception plus your hero die. And if anyone else wants to step in, or to hop in on searching the boat for things, they are more than welcome to do so, or make the roll as well.
I rolled a 12.
I'm looking up my perception. 6. Okay. That was not my roll. That was me looking up a d6.
Can I ask Dave a couple questions?
I got an 11.
By all means.
As they're in the boat throwing things around, I'll step up. Dave, do you have did we leave anything in your car? I mean, it would if there's any way we can pay you, we need to find our wallets and or phones. Did we leave them in the car, or were we in these get-ups when you picked us up? That could really help.
Bert, you do hear this as you're tossing. You guys are basically tossing the boat. A little reminder, yeah, you have $117 in small bills inside your kilt purse. But to this question, David responds with, y'all never even get in the boat. Y'all wanted me to drive. See, I hitched the boat on the trailer. And you notice there is an empty trailer on the curb. I hitched up the trailer to the car, drove y'all through the city. Y'all were in the boat the entire time, like you were in a rap video, just throwing stuff around, throwing bottles around,
I just yell, check the boat, as they're checking the boat.
I could have thrown my phone over the side of the boat.
Hey, I wasn't keeping track. I'm trying to keep this thing from Fishtown the way y'all was partying. You were making this thing swerve.
Okay.
I just wanted to get this.
Straight deal, Moscow Mitch. If I don't get that phone back, there's no way I can remove that fraud business from your profile. So why don't you buckle down, buddy, and help us find this phone?
Look, that's not my
His
property.
name's
I'm not going to
Dave.
case someone
His
else's
name's Dave.
property.
I thought it was. Oh, wait, no. Oh, Moscow Mitch is the one on the porch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mitch is the old guy on the porch who, at this point, you notice he is surprisingly chill about having there being a boat smashed through his chain link fence, and is just grinning like a madman.
Can we tell from where we are what the address is? Can we tell are there street signs?
Oh yeah, is there a number on his house? That's a good idea.
Sure. We'll say 123.
1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect. Mitch, do you have any Pop Tarts? Because I'm hungry.
Do you have any what?
Pop Tarts. Mitch. Does Mitch have any Pop Tarts?
Those pastry toasties.
I'm starving.
I can't say that
Just
I
some
do.
toast then. Toast, peanut butter.
Jalapeno poppers.
Yeah, about that.
Do we eat all your food already?
No, we didn't ask for food already, but I'll tell you one thing for free. You guys got a bit of a mess right there. I'm willing to let this go under one condition, is once you guys figure out what the hell you did last night, you come back and you tell me, because that story is going to be brilliant. Other than that, y'all on your own.
Marge looks around. You aren't a reporter, are you?
Oh no, this guy's like 70.
Doesn't mean he can't be a retired journalist.
Looking for his
Keeping his
last.
toe in, looking for his last big story.
Yeah.
Journalists don't retire.
He does not strike you as the journalistic type. More along the lines of you've triggered a memory of something that happened in his past, and he just wants to see what your iteration, your version of it is.
So we aren't finding any phones on boats.
There were 100% zero phones found on the boat. What you did find was, let's see here, that most likely the busted boat uh, inside the boat and littered all around underneath the boat are many vessels that once contained alcoholic beverages.
Oh, what kind of alcoholic beverages?
Uh, Top shelf vodkas, top shelf
Ooh,
whiskeys,
we
several more
partied hard.
cans of Three Crazy.
Um,
And
does Marge have shoes on?
you have your Cleopatra sandals.
Are these flat sandals?
Yes.
Okay.
Very flimsy flat sandals. Very much not designed for walking around asphalt.
Okay. So Marge will take off her sandals then and go barefoot. Oh,
Okay.
oh, natural feet.
As Mother Nature is wont to do.
And she'll carry these sandals as she kind of like crawls awkwardly out of the boat. And she'll try to, I mean, she will approach the porch. I mean, I think Mitch had a shotgun, right?
Yep.
And she'll like be doing her like, happy, like, friendly hands. Hi. I'm not dangerous. Really, I'm not.
Haha, this is funny, right?
And she'll go up on the porch and she'll be like, "So, you seem pretty chill about this whole situation. Do you get a lot of boats thrown onto your lawn?"
I gotta say, this is the first one. That's what makes it so funny.
Yeah, it's a real hoot. Well, apologies for the whole imposition. Could we maybe have a trash bag or something so we could clean these bottles up off of your lawn? We'll take them to
I,
the recycling.
I think we can arrange that. He'll creak, get up, and step inside. As he steps inside, you notice he kind of like looks over his shoulder and has the gun pointed. It's pointed down to the ground, but he's very much making sure no one follows him. And while he's inside, you hear this, and Dave looks at the fish and goes, "What the fuck is that, man? What you got the go? What do you have a goatfish out here?"
A goatfish? What's a
Oh,
goatfish?
yeah.
What? Where? What? How?
It must have been in the live well of the boat, I'm guessing. And I'm surprised it's still alive. Can I, maybe, is there some sort of smart check I could do to see if I know anything about goatfish?
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that you don't even need to make a smart roll for this one. Um, Fish don't goat bleed, and they have a habit of dying when they're left out of water for any real length of
Yeah,
time,
so maybe it's
such as the
mostly
length of
goat.
time you were
Maybe it's a
passed
goat
out.
in a fish
It
costume.
doesn't. It doesn't look like a goat though. It's about let's say maybe 2.5 feet. Good 13, 14 pounds,
Oh, jeez.
It's a
and
wee
it blinks
goatfish.
and it blinks, which is also unusual.
So, like, there's no chance that Marge could have caught, like, say, the screen door or something as Mitch went in, and she could successfully call after him, would it be crazy for me to ask to use your phone?
There's silence on that response, and a few minutes later, the door opens, kind of while you're still awkwardly too close to the front door, and he just kind of gives you a little nod back, like, might want to, you know, ease up a little bit. And he holds out several big black trash bags.
Thank you. So I guess that phone is negative.
Yeah, here's the problem with that. Do you actually remember any of the numbers that are important to you?
Well,
Bert would.
I think I'd remember my home phone.
Bert's not in this conversation, however.
I feel like I'd remember my home phone. Or like Darren's cell phone. Should I roll for this?
No. He's that's his way of stonewalling for the phone. Like, I'm letting you slide enough as is with a boat overturned over my chain link fence and a big old mess in the front yard. Meanwhile, Dave is still pointing at the fish, and
She calls over her shoulder. Hey, Dave, do you got a phone?
not one that you can use right now.
Do you want the fraud removed from
I'm
your
still up.
account?
Look, I'm still out my money. You guys have obviously got a big problem going on right here. I don't even know where. Hold on. Let me double check something real quick.
Can I check the
I'm sorry.
maybe.
Check
I was just thinking that this might be silly. No, I'm not gonna do it.
No, do
Okay.
something silly.
Okay. Can I check the fish for a phone? Like maybe the fish ate our phone or something.
Yeah,
You're
because
gonna check the fish.
goats eat everything.
Exactly. That's
It
what I'm thinking.
it seems to slightly object to you manhandling it to inspect it for a phone, but does not appear that the fish has a phone on its person.
No, like inside it. Like it ate our phone. Swallowed the phone.
Yeah, if I could get
Maybe
someone
I'll
to
give
call
it a
my
good
phone.
squeeze in the stomach area.
If I could get someone to call my phone, we could see if the goat rings.
And now you,
Yeah.
if it somehow you're not sure quite how the physics on this work, but the fish goes super wide-eyed and then goes. And Dave is just like, "What the fuck is wrong with you guys, man?"
Clearly, we're in a predicament right now. And we're trying to
Yeah.
figure a way out of here.
The Bert turns
Dave,
back
if you want to
around to
help
Dave
with anything, please.
and repeats the suggestion. If you'll give us a ride back to the Defenders of the Universe headquarters, we'll make sure that you get what you're owed.
Marge is trying to clean up bottles now.
Getting back to the
Can I
defenders. I'm gonna drive
persuade
him to.
Dave? Can I do a persuasion on him? Like, yeah, we're
Sure.
really
Actually, at this point,
popular
Mr. Bitch would be,
superheroes.
or not
Well, I
Mr.
guess
Bitch,
Mr.
Bert
Bit,
would be the
Bert,
one who.
yeah.
Why don't you guys call DJ Funk Juicy? He was with you in the boat last night.
Do we
So
recognize
Bert, that
the
would be.
Oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
sorry. You go. You go.
Bert, that would be a charming plus persuasion and your hero die.
And unfortunately, I do not have persuasion. Would deception work? Could
If
I
you
just them into taking us?
deception would work if you're lying.
Okay.
In other words, if he had no intention of paying Dave what he is owed,
I rolled a 10.
okay. He seems to think on this for a second. He's like, I got no guarantee with the crazy stuff that was going on last night. I got a better idea. How about this? How about this? You guys clearly have a problem with all your stuff being gone. Clearly got a problem. I'll take you where you need to go, but we're going to keep the meter running. And then, once we get it all sorted out, then we'll be cool.
Okay.
That's fair. Now we're getting somewhere, Dave.
I'm already out money from last night, and you want me to be out more money because I could be picking up fares right now that I'm not picking up. I'm losing cash. This is
Yeah,
Saturday.
that totally seems
I
fair.
should. This is Sunday. This is Sunday. You know how many fares I could be picking up people going from to and from church and
Well,
brunch with
maybe
their
we could pick up fares for you.
mimosas?
So at this
Kidding.
point, so Marge has been cleaning up bottles, making the city beautiful again, and it occurs to her that they should probably remove the boat as well.
That they should probably what as well?
Remove the boat.
Let's
I'm
come
sure
back
Mitch would
and do
appreciate
that. Right now, I think we need to get communication and some clothes and some money.
At this point, do we see what the name of the boat is?
Probably a good idea.
The name of the boat is Funk Star. PhunkStarr.
How many R's was that?
3 R's. 3 R's.
So, what are the odds that this is DJ Funky Juicy spelled with a PH?
DJ Funk Juicy?
Yeah.
Yes, it also is.
Well,
Allow me to add this information to the whiteboard in a text box.
I'm gonna go out on the limb and say this is his boat.
Now you are at this point, everyone is pretty much familiar, even if not with his catalog, just by the name. DJ Funk Juicy is a very popular rap slash hip hop slash electronic dance slash club musician and artist. Think, if you would, something along the adjacent to Pitbull or Flow Rida, kind of crossing a number of genres infused into one.
So he gets radio play, huh?
Oh, he's on like 6 of 9 radio stations.
Right now playing the same song?
Well, 2 or 3. But yeah.
Does he start every song like mention the names of like 5 cities?
5 cities, at least 3 artists, 2 people that are collaborating on the song. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the city, I'm in the town, I'm in the village.
Yep. Reporting live from the tallest building in Tokyo. Yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of
I've learned a lot, loved a lot.
thing. Bingo. You've got your brain is on the right track for
Making
Mr.
dollars
Funk
like
Juicy.
smegma.
Oh my.
Style points.
Oh, that just I had a style point from the DT session on Sunday,
Oh,
didn't I?
absolutely.
That's right.
Woot! I should make a note.
Okay. So, just to are you attempting to place the boat back on the trailer?
I wanted to place the boat back on the trailer so we could like bring it along. Yeah, because
Anyone else?
if we leave it just on this dude's lawn, someone's gonna eventually notice, right?
Yeah, but if we're going back to the HQ, we don't really have any place to drop it off there, so we'd have to go to the harbor, which would just run up a bigger tab at
We
this
aren't
point.
that far from the harbor, right?
Um, kind of, sort of, at least 90 minutes in the opposite direction of the harbor.
So if we take the boat downtown, we'll be kind of bringing it close to the harbor and save us future trip. Can I do a persuasion on Bert?
Sure.
This totally makes sense. Mother Nature is used to multitasking. She feels like if we aren't doing like at least 3 things to resolve the situation at once, we are underperforming.
You
I'm
know,
pretty.
you could simply blow up the boat, and then it wouldn't be a problem either way.
I'm pretty sure DJ Funk Juicy would not appreciate having his little boat
Well, then he
be.
shouldn't have left his boat here.
At this point, Mitch chimes in and goes, I didn't exactly leave the boat here. You guys pulled up and decided that you wanted to, very loudly, I might add, see that if you wanted to, how far you could throw the boat. And since most of you were completely wrecked at the time, it sounded like a good idea. And
But he was
after
with
you
us, right?
after you threw the boat, his driver managed to convince him to get him and his girls to get back in the SUV and took him home.
What did he ever at any point say? No, don't throw the boat.
I wasn't paying that close attention. I
Marge
was
is,
watching
Marge
from
is standing here
inside.
trying to
You guys
argue
were the ones
implied
being allowed.
consent. Implied consent. You didn't tell us to not throw your boat, which is an implied consent to throw your boat. So what do I got to do to persuade Mr. Vitz that it's a really good idea to go ahead and bring this boat along?
Well, you would roll a charming and let's see, charming plus persuasion,
In my hero
and
die.
see, and your hero die, and we'll see if Mr. Bert is it's high enough to convince Bert.
Is 12 high enough?
I don't know, Bert, is it?
I think so.
It's a brilliant plan! We don't know
Okay.
when the boat might come in handy. And I kind of feel like leaving this boat on this lawn is kind of like leaving an owlbear locked in a hotel room.
Who would do such a thing?
Who would do
really?
it?
Who indeed would do such a thing?
Well,
Okay, so
since we threw can I like attempt to put the boat back on the trailer then?
at this point, I would need a strong plus athletics roll plus hero for anyone attempting to muscle the boat
Can I
back onto the
use
trailer.
my parallel reality superpower? Because I totally think I could.
In what fashion are you attempting to use this power? Like, how are you attempting to?
Well, I mean, I'm going to attempt to lift a boat onto a trailer, which is not usually the real.
Well, bear in mind right now, you guys are in civilian-ish attire and not your superhero
Yeah,
outfits.
true. We can
Marge
still
got a
use our
6,
powers though,
so
right? We're just like
You,
risking
you're just risking exposure.
exposure, yeah. Although I'm wearing a Sailor Moon costume, which is
yeah.
kind of a superhero
So you're
outfit in a way.
So you're risking exposure anyway.
One
Am I
could
wearing
argue
underwear,
that
by the
is a
way?
superhero outfit, yes.
Yeah, you know what? I would like to attempt to lift the boat with my superpower.
Okay. Let's see here. How is this going to be done mechanically? Let's see. This is going to be your smart plus athletics. I'm doing this backwards. Your strong plus parallel realities plus hero for your superpowerness. Contested by your smart, your hero, and your athletics.
I will use a style point because I rolled a 1 on the d8. Oh my god. I'm not lifting a boat, just so you know. That was a 6 on the power roll, superpower roll.
Oh, this could be good.
This is not going to be good. And it was. I'm probably going to roll really well now, you know. Oh, a 7. Just +1 to beat it.
Just,
of course.
Just enough to. Okay. Well, rolling up his Sailor Moon sleeves, which basically just makes it look kind of redneckish now, and tightening his Sailor Moon gloves.
And everybody turns away as he bends over so as not to see the exposure.
No, bitch doesn't. Ricky reaches down, crouches with got to use your legs too. You know that much. Grabs a hold of the bumper of the boat. He grabs a hold of the engine and the propeller for leverage. Makes a mighty heave. And you see the tip, the bow of the boat lift up, and it's like, oh wait, is he going to do this? He actually gets it a good 4.5 feet, and then there is this horrendous wrenching and shearing sound as the front of the boat falls back down to the ground. And you're still holding on to the outboard motor.
Nice.
So you have now succeeded in detaching the motor from the boat.
Excellent.
So it should be lighter now.
Always the optimist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to need to come back and get the boat.
Oh. How's Tyler doing?
I don't know if I missed anything, but I just heard an and then
How's Tyler doing?
How is Tyler doing on his run?
oh, right, Tyler, who just took off.
Yeah, running down the street in his guar costume with his captain's hat, his captain's.
Yeah, one of the scum dogs of the universe. You managed to make it to, let's say, about 2 blocks away. There's a small strip mall, typical suburban thing, gas station, fast food joint. There's a laundromat in there, dry cleaners, probably a tax service or a bakery. And inside there's a taco burger palace, about 2.5 blocks away.
All right, Tyler.
And you notice though, as you're running in this outfit, you can't go full speed because there's this rather obstructive, floppy entity in between your legs that's dangling from the cod piece.
What's dangling from my codpiece?
Well, as you look down, you realize this is actually a pretty accurate Guar outfit.
I'm
From
schlonged.
you have a giant foam rubber alien schlong thing.
Duh. It's affecting my balance.
It kind of really is, and it's very uncomfortable as it bounces when it runs. Considering where it's anchored against is not pleasant. Are you attempting to enter the Taco Burger Palace?
I'm gonna attempt to enter the Taco Burger Palace, but wait, can I flip my schlong over my shoulder or anything
Um,
to get it out of the way?
not so much. Let me see if I can get a better visualization here. I was trying to. Just a moment here. Here we go. That may provide a slightly better visualization. And yes, yours is complete with the torn fishnets as well.
Well, Tyler, he has this maddening hunger for jalapeno poppers, yo. He's getting the shakes.
For multiple reasons, probably.
It far outstrips any hangover known to mortal man. So he's going to the Taco Burger Palace. He's got to get a fix.
You burst into the Taco Burger Palace, stumble around a little bit, and make enough of a distraction in your outfit for several people to look in your direction, including the cashier who kind of like gestures in at the line in front of him, which includes many kids, and goes, "Dude, really? You can't be wearing that in here, man."
Jalapeno poppers!
You
He looks
can't be
around
wearing...
to see if anybody has jalapeno poppers who's already eating at a table.
Go ahead and make a smart plus perception check to see if you can identify at speed
Oh, like
an errant.
he can't identify jalapeno poppers?
Well, these are, you're looking for a very specific item in a crowded restaurant with people moving things around on trays. And to be fair, mask does not exactly give the best visibility.
Oh, 14.
14. As you're standing there, someone walking by immediately next to you has an order of jalapeno poppers still glistening from the fry oil on the corner of their tray as they're walking by
Tyler grabs
within
them.
reach.
Tyler grabs them and stuffs them into his cake hole. Nom nom
Okay.
nom nom nom.
This is going to be interesting. I'm going to need you to let's see. What skill should I use to have you see if Tyler can manipulate the foam rubber gloves to grab the jalapeno popper and, with great grace and dexterity, shove it in between the lips of the foam rubber mask into your mouth?
I would say acrobatics.
Let's go with
And speed.
fast plus acrobatics. Let's do that.
Yes, I like that. That's really good case scenario there.
Because snatching it off of his tray, he's not paying attention. That's not even going to require a roll. But
Oh, for fuck's sake! I rolled 3 ones.
okay,
Oh, wow.
you manage to fish out a popper and smash it against the mask, and you can
No!
kind of like stick your tongue out and lick some of the volcanic oil from the cheese sauce. But that's all you're getting. It's just a taste, and you can smell it, but it's not quite there. That's
No!
denied, and one popper is destroyed.
Can he take the helmet off?
Sure. Back at Mitch's house, you guys notice that after Ricky has removed the outboard motor from DJ Funk Juicy's boat rather aggressively, Tyler's gone. You have lost a party member already.
Well, did Tyler yell like Taco Burger Palace or anything when, when he left?
Yeah, he's like, I need poppers!
I would say that given your current mental state and the current events, the only person who would probably have any cognition of that would probably be Bert, and only because he has a photographic memory. So Bert heard him holler, jalapeno poppers. That's about it.
But we also heard the answer from Mitch about his question about where the closest or Taco Burger Palace is.
You did.
So we would have an idea that he's probably headed to the Taco Burger Palace.
That's probably a pretty safe assumption. Yeah. So are you leaving the boat and directing Dave to take you to the Taco Burger Palace?
I think we need to go back to the HQ. I'm not sure all four of us fit into an average lift, especially with the giant appendage. So I think we probably need to come back and get Tyler.
So you're just gonna abandon Tyler?
That is our decision. Final answer.
Tyler, he's a grown up, kind of.
Yeah. Tyler can take care of him.
Oh God. Okay. That just made this so much more twisted. Oh, hold on.
Is the L shape the strip mall?
No.
Okay.
Actually, that's a better way of putting this. It was called strip mall. Okay. So, all right.
To the strip mall.
What?
Tyler
what-
strips off his mask. I need poppers.
The man you stole the first set of jalapeno poppers from, mind you, you still have 4 more in the little baggie. It was just the first one that you smashed all over the mask.
Uh-huh.
So you still have a bag of 4, and you just yelled out, "I need jalapeno poppers." The man backs away, stumbles into another family that was in line, whose all eyes are on you, wide-eyed in panic at this point, and he just kind of goes, "Whatever, man, just have them," and kind of like fumbles his way to a table as far away from you as you can possibly get.
Awesome. So,
And
can Tyler actually get the mask off?
Oh yeah, sure. You just grab the top of it, Scooby-Doo style, blah, rip it off.
He'll like rip off whatever is impeding his poppering.
Is that including the gloves?
Yes.
Okay. What are you doing with the parts of the costume that you have removed?
Dumping him on the floor.
Just plop right there.
Yeah,
okay.
plop. First,
Yes.
all he cares about is eating the poppers at this point in time.
Way to keep a low profile. All right, here we go. Plop them off. I'm assuming the next course of action is inhale all 4 jalapeno
Yes.
poppers.
Eat.
Okay.
He needs his fix. That's all he cares about right now.
And the man, which obviously the store manager, comes around from the back and is like, "I need you to leave now, sir."
Tyler's like, I need poppers. You won't like me when I don't have poppers.
I don't like you now. I need you to go.
He's like,
Don't make me
eating.
call the cops.
Tyler's like eating them, right?
Yeah, so this is all like around a mouthful of jalapeno cheese mush.
As soon as the 4 jalapeno poppers kick in, Tyler
Okay.
Tyler chills out
And
and he looks
he's
around.
still basically, like head, over your shoulder, pointing at the door, like, "I need you to leave now, sir, before I call the police."
Oh, oh yeah. Yeah. Sorry. I kind of really got hungry. You know what they call like hangry? Yeah, I was hangry there for a second. Sorry. I think Tyler's realized he doesn't have he doesn't know where his wallet is. He doesn't know where his wallet is, right?
Nope, not a
Or his
clue.
coin purse. Because I can totally picture Tyler carrying his money in one of those little plastic egg things that you kind of like fold to open,
Oh god.
and it's purple. It's purple like all his other stuff.
The little change purse, yeah.
Yeah, he's got his purse. Keeps it in his pocket usually. Man. So Tyler, at this point, he will pick up the pieces of his costume and he will scurry out of the Taco Burger Palace.
Okay.
And then he'll look
So
around dazedly,
Tyler
like,
is
which
now-
direction did I come from?
Okay. We'll resume with Tyler in a minute. Back to Bert, Ricky, and Marge, and Dave on Mitch's lawn.
What are you doing, Dave?
I'm waiting for you guys to
I
tell
guess.
me where
Oh
you're
yeah.
going.
Well, I start piling in his car.
We're
'cause-
going to the Taco Burger Palace, right?
I don't think there's
Are we
room
headed-
for all four. What kind of car does Dave have? I guess is the question. Would there be room for all four of us?
It would be uncomfortable.
Well, there was 3 in the back, one
But-
in the shotgun.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
you
then
would definitely roll for shotgun.
let's go to the Taco Burger Palace, and we probably ought to leave shotgun for
Rick.
wow.
Oh no, Tyler.
No, not Tyler. Thank you.
Okay. That's nice.
I totally thought you were gonna bail on him and go straight home. That's messed up. It's a very hangover thing to do, but oh man, okay. Okay, so the 4 of you, I'm not going to put a Dave token on the map, because I'm just going to assume he's with you, managed to meet up with Tyler, a very confused looking Tyler, standing now outside the Taco Burger Palace in the strip mall. Sans guar mask and gloves.
He's stuffing the guar mask and gloves into the nearest trash can, but it doesn't really fit.
Is he still wearing the Navy hat, just for fun?
Oh, yeah, he's wearing the hat.
Okay, still got the Navy hat on.
Absolutely. He's tried to take like the cod piece off, but is he wearing anything underneath it?
Yeah, you're gonna need like as you've fiddled around with it, you've learned enough that just taking the cod piece off would leave you vastly more exposed. You would need to get like a knife of some kind to just trim the foam rubber part down so it's less
Oh yeah, that's not a good idea.
ghastly.
Yeah, knives though. Wait, have they caught up with him yet?
Yeah, at this point you see a
Because
black Mazda show up.
He's gonna ask Ricky if he can pull his cod piece into.
What to pull it into?
Can you
Wants you to rip the cod piece.
can you pull me? Can you just pull the extra length off?
Oh yeah, like break the schlong.
I don't think Ricky's having any part of that, and I know Bert isn't.
Ricky's his bud. He can do this.
Oh well, of course. I mean, my rolling's so good, so it'll be an easy break.
Not too close, just like that extra dangly part.
Okay.
Snip the tip.
I wish I had my sword for this.
It's It's just like milking the apocalypse cow.
Yeah. So, should I do strong or athletics?
It will need both strong and athletics to see if you can.
Please don't roll a 3.
So I use both. Like I grab like a handful at the very base, very close to the base of the
Not that close.
and then I and then I leave like a little space, and I put my other hand on there, and I begin to yank to dismember dismember this thing.
This foam member.
Here we go.
If only David
Oh, it's a
Brocky
good
were still
roll.
alive
It's
to
a
hear that his costume got a guar hand job in a hangover game in front of a fast food restaurant on Sunday morning.
I rolled a 13 on this one.
So
Okay.
obviously Ricky has skills.
You
I'm
find
good at it.
you find a spot where the running and rapid
Like
flopping
between a
caused
rib.
a slight, caught like created a stress tear and kind of work your fingers into it, and just meanwhile there's several families walking in for after church meals, and their parents are just covering their hands over their kids' eyes like, don't look, Sarah, there are just weird people in this world. And then with the mighty
Meanwhile, I'm dressed like Sailor Moon.
yeah, you're dressed like Sailor Moon, giving Guar very strange movements in the groinal region right after
Bert is
church.
like hiding behind the seat, and so no one can see him.
And with a mighty tear, you are now holding a slightly severed
Yeah,
Guar
I'll
talent.
just throw it in the nearest garbage
Yeah,
can.
stuff it in the overstuffed garbage.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll pile in the car.
So it's kind of flopping over the side of the dumpster.
Yep.
Exactly.
Okay, so where are we headed now?
Defenders
HQ.
HQ.
To Defenders HQ, yeah.
All right. As you are pulling out, actually, you're not quite at the HQ yet. You can put you back to the strip mall. As Dave is, you all load into Dave's Mazda, and he swings around the parking lot, which is of course horribly designed, and is about to get back on the main thoroughfare to go back to Defenders HQ. A jet black SUV with heavily tinted windows aggressively pulls up and does basically the vehicle version of a hockey stop right in front of it. The
Rude.
passenger window rolls down, and from inside, one of the two men, who's wearing sunglasses, calls out in a thick Russian accent, which you can hear because Dave has his windows down, conveniently, and points at Cleopatra, aka Marge. He goes, "Hey, you, where is our nothing? Where is our nothing?" And then there's, seeing some confusion, there's some apparent mumbling from within the vehicle. And he goes, the nothing, the nothing, the Nichigo. Where is the Nichigo?
I think it's in the
Nietzsche?
dumpster.
Mar's like, Nietzsche? Like, don't stare into the abyss too long because it will stare into you?
I put the spelling of it on the whiteboard for those who,
The
if
Nichigo.
anyone is actually taking notes.
Is that a Pokemon?
Nichigo.
Oh, maybe they want the goat.
The passenger kind of looks over at the driver and goes, "The fuck is a Pokemon? No, where's the Nichigo? Where's the Nichigo? You have it. Ilya says you have it."
Doesn't Nichigo go bah?
Is it a type of fish?
Oh, that's a good point. Point of order. What did you guys do with the fish? Is the fish in the Mazda with you
I
guys, or
think the
did you leave
fish
the fish
needs
at
to be
Mitch's
in the
house?
Mazda.
I suppose, yeah. I could carry it on my lap. I mean, it's not that big.
Okay, you have the fish. Okay.
I still think it has my phone.
We hold the fish up. Is this your Nichigo? Am I disconnected?
Nope, you're not.
Nope, I can hear you.
Vitaly? Maybe he is.
Maybe, yeah.
Perhaps.
Is the GM?
Yeah, I think Thulgrin
Yes.
might have dropped.
But I've already forgotten the name of the bodyguard guy who was with the Russian
I,
mafia.
I think I'm back. Okay.
Yeah, you're back.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're back.
Apparently, my voice cut out for a second there.
Oh yeah,
Isfahan
more than a
body.
second.
What was the last thing you guys
Isfahan?
heard? Let's put it that way.
When you agreed that we had the fish.
Yeah, like Marge was like holding up the goatfish and was like, "Is this your Nichigo?"
Oh, okay. And he kind of looks at you confused, like, no, it's fish. Why would that be Nichigo? No,
I don't know
no.
what a Nichigo is.
Elias says you sat with him last night. He had small bag of Nichigo, $2,000 street value worth of Nichigo. When you leave, you had cigar with him. When you leave,
Oh.
it was missing.
Oh.
Oh,
Is that what the Ziploc
that's
bag
why.
was?
What's Ziploc bag?
The empty Ziploc bag with the white powdered substance that Marge had on her when she woke up. Oh, did you not
Marge.
see that?
Are
Marge,
you holding it up?
Marge kind of takes
Sneef
it out
some Nichigo.
surreptitiously. She holds up the Ziploc baggie that has nothing in it except for a little bit of white residue.
Oh, you use it. You use it.
No,
That's
she's
$2,000.
not trying to show it. She's kind of like
Oh, okay.
just trying to show that it's empty to her fellow car members and the goatfish.
The fish
Ruh-roh.
bleats and looks at it like
Oh God.
very excitedly looking at the baggie.
I think the goatfish ate it.
Yeah, likely.
Hey,
Hey,
we don't know where Roger is, do we?
Oh, at this point, Dave has both hands up and is visibly sweating. Like he's just like, "Don't kill me, man! Don't kill me, man!"
Just keep cool, Dave.
Got
Keep
like
cool.
eyes closed. You trying to tell me to keep cool, man? You got 400 people right here.
Well, we could totally, if we had Bert's Defender's credit card.
The Defender's credit card that you don't have.
If we had it, we could totally
And I
charge
think it's
2,000
maxed
to it.
out.
And it currently has $12,000 on it from NBC suits. Well, that's Bert's version.
We totally need to get a commercial.
Can I
Yeah.
attune to the fish as a weapon?
Oh, does Marge's land animal empathy work at all on a goat fish since it's only part land animal?
Well, as you look at it, it's more a fish with goat-like vocal properties that appears to be blinking and breathing air perfectly fine. But visibly, it does not appear to have any.
So she has no
There's no
empathy
tufts
with
of
it
fur. There's
whatsoever.
no horns. There's no hooves. No, I mean, there's a tail, but it's a fish tail. So that doesn't really.
So there's no. Where did you come from, buddy?
Not really.
Did Timmy
It just
fall
kind of
down a
looks at you
well?
and.
Bert wants to use his telepathy to do the Jedi mind trick and basically tell these guys that their Nichigo is
They used
with
it.
DJ Funk Juicy.
Oh
And they
yeah.
can pick that up with him.
That's a good idea.
Funk Juicy. He like totally bought it off them though.
So you're gonna sick some hitmen from the Russian mafia onto DJ Funk Juicy. That's what I'm hearing.
I think you should like just tell them that like convince them that they sold it to someone. and that there's no outstanding dollars.
Yeah, that we paid for it.
It's
We
totally
paid for it.
cool.
Okay.
Either that or that they snorted it themselves.
All right. I'll do the Jedi mind trick and basically say you used it yourself.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. That's going to be your smart plus telepathy and your hero die.
Mine zarp 'em real good, Bert.
15.
15.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
What feels to you like it should have been a pretty solid attempt to dive in to that you do know you pick up just from surface thoughts that the passenger, the one that's doing the talking, his name is Yevchenko Vitalyevich. But as you're diving into Yevchenko's mind, you do what you think is a pretty solid attempt. Apparently, the hangover got you a little more messed up than you thought because you're going through his mental operating system and it's not making any sense. It's not that it's in a different language. It's that it's just what? Nothing is logical. Nothing's coherent.
It's his brain is Russian.
For the time being, it wasn't a problem with Istvan, but his brain's not up on it yet. And as seeing that you're stalling, Yevchenko leans out and goes, "Look, Ilya only provided this offer because fun time you gave him last night. Otherwise, Vlorn would just make you disappear. Keep that in mind for continued personal safety. $2,000 for the Nichigo to Ilya by 5 o'clock today. Otherwise," and he kind of takes his thumb and drags it across his throat in a pretty clear threat of we're going to kill you.
2K to who?
Oh, the one thing you do manage to pick up, though, Bert, is that Nichigo is Russian for the concept of nothing.
Oh. Hey,
So
maybe,
it's the new drug that we heard about.
but maybe if it's nothing, maybe this bag isn't empty after all.
Yeah, this is not Jason and the Argonauts. This is the Russian mafia with some drugs that have not yet. Yeah, and yes, you do piece that together, Bert. That Nichigo is pretty likely that brand new drug that Vlorna has been smuggling in and waiting to drop.
And who do we need to pay 2,000 to by 5 p.m.?
Ilya Alexeyev at the Daffodil Club by 5 p.m. tonight. Otherwise, you sleep with your fish friend.
But our fish friend isn't asleep. Is the fish like bleeding now?
No, he's actually kind of looking, kind of like.
But the fish is really
And
alert.
still alive.
Yeah, the fish is still
Somehow.
alive. Yeah, and then the SUV squeals, tires kick up a whole bunch of black marks and smoke, and it very slow motion does a quarter donut and then pulls out onto the road. Ironically, in the same direction you're going.
I'm curious where this fish came from. I mean, a fish that's bleeding like a goat, that kind of reeks of Enprol, doesn't it? Dr. Blart? Blarg? Whatever his name
Could
was.
be.
Blag, Dr. Ethan Blag.
But it
Tyler
also could be
pipes
that
in.
we're just dreaming and none of this is really happening.
Eating butts. Dr. Eating butts. So are we still headed towards Defender HQ?
Yeah, I think so. I think we need to get re-geared and all that good stuff.
it occurs to Tyler that, hey, oh man, I don't have my new card. My Defender's ID card.
Well, none of us do. We're gonna have to get a hold of Swanson once we get there.
How are we going to use the elevator? Do
Okay.
they work on Sundays?
Well, a few moments later, you have crossed town traffic, and at some point watched as the Vlorna SUV peeled and went into a different direction, and without much of an issue, pull up in front of Defender's HQ. Go to the underground hero entrance, at which point there's a guardhouse with the card reader.
Is there a guard there?
Yep.
Okay.
Very bored-looking guard.
You'd think there'd be some kind of protocol for this kind of situation.
Oh, what? Getting completely smashed and losing
Like,
all of your...
just
Well,
an
losing your
SOP
card.
for losing your card and returning to the station that was maybe in our hero handbook that we didn't read. But maybe Bert read and remembers because of his photographic memory.
Oh, he absolutely would remember.
And then Bert would be, as you're approaching the headquarters, Bert would be increasingly nervous because he knows damn well that the guard in the guardhouse, if he's following protocol for an after-hours admittance, you would need to wait until Monday.
Well, why are we even trying?
And reapply for a replacement card after going in through the human resources, which I believe it was Ricky who went through recently to get his replacement card that Tyler stole, which is about a 4-hour process of vetting and security questions to make sure that you are not, in fact, someone with a shape-shifting ability trying to impersonate a Defenders of the HQ person. Because if you are, in fact, a perfectly legitimate Defenders HQ person, then, yeah, the weight doesn't matter. But I don't think he mentioned this as they were pulling up, possibly under the hopes that the guard wouldn't be a stickler for procedure.
There has
Who
to be
knows?
an emergency procedure, though.
For just this type of situation.
Yep.
Well, it's definitely good to have emergency cash.
We have an emergency cash?
Well, I don't, but it's good to have.
Marge
Bert has
doesn't either.
$117, but most likely that's all going to go to the Lyft driver.
And the guard, as you pull up, looks at all of you in various states, including Dave the civilian, and nods towards the card reader with the clear intent, swipe your card.
Bert leans over and starts talking to the guard and explains the situation, that our cards have been lost and that it's an emergency and that we need to get a hold of Swanson in order to get this sorted out.
And no one's heard from Mr. Swanson. Apparently, he was at this sick party at Lot of Balls last night, and no one's heard from him yet today.
Okay. Well,
Uh,
there has to be some executive or someone who is on call for emergency situations.
Have any heroes shown up here? Who were at the
Not
party?
today. Not today.
Crap. And there's no way Roger would be here because he's retired.
Yeah, no one's heard from the crab today either.
Well, he's retired. We wouldn't hear from the crab, would we?
Well, I'm not going to belt out his name in front of civilians here, am I?
Well, but please contact him and tell him that the Shinies are in need of emergency assistance.
I can count. I can send. I can call. I can. Look. Yeah. I'll do that. I'll call Mr. Swanson. I'll even put it on speakerphone. He
Oh, can
picks
I
up.
use your phone?
No.
But oh, I really need to call home.
There's 8 rings, followed by John Swanson's familiar voicemail greeting, which is, "What? If it's important, send me a text message. You know this." Beep. Apparently, John Swanson, like many other individuals in the modern era, hates voicemails.
I cannot
The
blame him.
GM's part of that crowd. Look, I get if you don't have your card, and may I offer a suggestion? How about you go back to the bowling alley and retrace your steps? You'll probably find your stuff then, without needing to wait till Monday. Maybe you'll even find the crab in John Swanson too.
You're full of great ideas, John.
This is true. I probably need to go home though. Like, I'm all for going to the bowling alley, all right? But I need to go home and check in with my family.
Well, if we find your stuff, we'll keep it safe for you.
Well, but your car is missing, so we kind of need to find your car, which could quite possibly be at the bowling alley.
I'm sure you are pretty positive that Darren would have a lot of questions if you showed up with a $300,000 neck chain wearing a Cleopatra outfit covered in nacho cheese stains with no car.
Not unless you
And
asked him to the bedroom.
your assets freezed under suspicion of fraudulent behavior.
What? Oh wait, I guess I kind of missed that it was like all of our assets are frozen.
No, just yours. On
Mine.
suspicion of fraudulent behavior. At this point, Dave kind of chimes in. Yeah, that's why I'm a little bit pissed because your charge got reversed on my account for fraud. So now I got a fraud reversal on my account, and that looks bad on me.
Okay,
Looks
I don't
bad on you,
understand
too.
this stuff. Okay.
I guess off to the bowling alley then.
Sorry, what?
I guess we're back to the bowling alley then. I guess is the
Yeah. Tyler's all for going to the bowling alley.
worst case we can crash out at Tyler's pad till Monday morning.
Roll a frame or two.
Well, there is that $2,000. I
We can
mean,
always give him your necklace.
we don't know where this necklace came from. And I mean, apparently, I'm getting the impression that we went to the Daffodil Club, you know, that place that we're never supposed to go to. I'm getting the feeling that we went there last night.
Oh, you mean the
That's a
Daffodil
good
Club?
lead.
Yeah, the
That's a good
Daffodil
lead,
Club.
but the bowling alley is probably a good place to start for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Tyler's like, yeah, I can get some poppers.
Yeah, all the poppers we can get.
All the poppers.
So we are heading back to the bowling alley.
Yeah, that's a good
They
idea.
got bowling shirts there too.
Oh,
we
that's
could,
a good point.
we
That's
could
a
that
good
would be a
point.
deck
plus.
Bart
out
can no
in
longer be
bowling
shirtless.
clothes.
And I can wipe off the lipstick.
That's a good point. Yeah, you've been wearing the. I would assume at this point that you had just smeared it off with your hands
With the back of my
in some
hand,
fashion.
absolutely.
Yeah, at the first possible opportunity. Did anyone tell Bert about the tattoo of the rainbow and the flowers that's on his left shoulder blade, or is he
Absolutely not.
still kind of clueless?
Nope.
I would also point out
Thanks,
that the
guys.
tattoo is in the same exact color palette and shares many of the same design motifs as is on the Daffodil Club's matchbook.
Ah. Which March has one of those, right?
With several matches missing, yes.
Are the lines of this tat clean, or does it look like a really sloppy job by somebody like an amateur, or does it look like somebody who knew what they were doing?
On Bert's tat, you mean?
Yeah, does it have the artistic shading and the really strong colors that pop?
Oh, it looks quite solid. As a matter of fact, it looks a little too bright, almost as though it's one of those ones that only lasts for like a week or two.
Oh, a temporary tattoo?
Yay!
But you still haven't told Bert that it exists.
Oh, of course not. No.
Okay.
His body, his choices.
Wow.
Okay. As you enter Lotta Ball's bowling alley,
I mean, I'm assuming that Marge has never seen him shirtless before, so she doesn't know that this is an unusual occurrence.
that's actually a very valid point.
I mean,
No,
who
no,
is
no,
she
no,
to
no, no.
assume?
Recant that, rewind that. You have all been, with the exception of Marge, all been shirtless several times in the spa at Defenders HQ getting healed up.
But did she see his back? I'm
I
like
mean,
really trying to be like, no
she can
judgment
roll.
zone.
She can roll her smart plus hero to see if she can accurately remember whether or not that is new or not.
I think knowing Bert, I think she might have an idea that it wasn't put on there by choice.
Oh, damn, she rolled a 13. I kind of wanted her to not know.
It's pretty. Normal tattoos aren't that vibrant. And
Like these are the kind of tattoos that her kids get.
That, and with the amount of space that it covers, it looks more like an overlay, one of the temporary overlay ones. Because, oopsie.
So no worries.
Why did
Because
both of those?
because within 24 hours it would still be bandaged and still be kind of gory looking.
Right. It would, if it were a real tattoo, there would be that huge bright red inflammation around it.
Around the edges.
Yeah, and that much fill in that this has. I mean, this is a good.
That's probably not a
say,
tat you would get in one sitting.
Well, that's a good 8 inches in diameter across his entire shoulder blade.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't have gotten that in one sitting, one night.
He could have,
and I probably would have felt it.
Yeah, could have gotten it in one sitting, but that would have been a very lengthy thing, and given
we got up to a lot.
Given the amount of stuff that you think you got into, it's pretty. Yeah, you're pretty convinced that's a temporary.
So at this, Marge is kind of like, "Oh yeah, Bert, you got this weird tat on your back, but I'm pretty sure it's a temporary one."
And of course, Bert wants to know if it's cool.
Oh, it's really cool. Yeah, my kids would love it.
I'm gonna do a quick.
Of course.
I'm gonna do a quick telepathy scan of my friends and see if I can get a visual of what this looks like.
That's easy. At this point, that's super. She's thinking hard about it. It's superficial thoughts. You have full visual of the rainbow and flowers and clouds that are on your shoulder. I'll throw that up there again. That's on your shoulder.
If you read Tyler's thoughts at all, he's thinking of jalapeno poppers.
I think they forgot the Care Bear in there somewhere.
It's beautiful. It's a really happy tat. That could be like a children's show, Happy Tat Village.
More like Happy Tree Friends. Okay, so you arrive at Lotta Balls a few moments later. Is Dave waiting outside? And
no, Dave
what are you doing with the fish?
Come on in, Dave, and Tyler will bring the fish.
As we pull into the parking lot, is Marge's car in the parking lot?
No.
Is Tyler's Vespa in the parking lot?
No.
No.
Well, Tyler's Vespa is present. It's not in the parking lot.
Where is it? Where do we see Tyler's Vespa?
You see one half of Tyler's Vespa, like the handles, sticking out of the dumpster.
No, Tyler first the jalapeno poppers actually leave Tyler's spots for the first moment almost since he woke up, and he's running over the dumpster. And he's like, "My Vespa!" He doesn't have a name for Vespa. Oh my God, where's Little Boom Boom? I just thought,
vroom, vroom.
Where is Little Boom Boom? This suddenly makes Tyler remember that he doesn't know where his bowling ball is.
Okay, Tyler just suddenly went from being perfectly chill holding a fish to now holding a fish panicking over the death of his Vespa and utter panic.
And I do think Little Vroom Vroom
not
should be the
knowing what-
name of the Vespa.
I'm sorry?
That was a good call. Little Vroom Vroom.
Little Vroom Vroom.
I was kind of expecting the Vespa to end up in the mechanical claw machine in the bowling alley.
I thought the Vespa might be
Oh,
on
no,
the
there's-
roof, but okay.
No, there's half of it in the dumpster. I would point out, notice there's half, like just the front wheel, the foot segment, and the handles.
At this point, Tyler holds out his hand like he's trying to summon Little Boom Boom. Come to me, Little Boom Boom. Come to me.
Which is not that surprising, considering it could be anywhere in the city and you have a 100-yard radius with it. So
Yeah. Nothing happens.
nothing happens.
And you hear this, like, this cry of despair. Little Boom Boom! I will find you!
As you're kind of
And he runs back to the group and he's like, we gotta figure out what
Sobbing.
happened last night.
as you're squealing and sobbing a little bit, you feel a little flap, 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 and the fish is looking quite dejected and patting your arm, going. "Meow."
It's a really cool fish.
Are we
Okay,
entering
go with
Lauderballs?
Balls. Lot of balls. We get snacks, get shirts,
Okay.
figure out our next steps.
And I asked what we owe him at this point, just so that we have an idea.
I will have to actually calculate that. I haven't done a Lyft or Uber rates.
And would he
In a
accept
while?
payment in snack form?
No. I need to get this. I need to get this fraud lock off my thing, and get paid for this. No, driving you guys around. Apparently, you guys are superheroes. I don't know what's up with this. Why you guys going to Defenders HQ if you're not superheroes? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Then you guys got the money, so it shouldn't be a problem for you.
There's a lot of people who work at Defenders HQ who are not superheroes, sir. Support staff.
Okay. Well, I just looked up the premier rates for local. Apparently, there's a maximum fare of $500. So let that be somewhat relieving. In a
Well,
weird way.
but considering I have $117 on me, that's the only money we have. Yeah. But we do have a $300,000 necklace, so
Bingo.
we can figure something out.
Oh, at this point, it has probably come up and suggested from the back seat that be exchanged, and Dave has mentioned that no way in hell is he going to try and steal DJ Funk Juicy's chain. So apparently you have a predominant rapper chain around your neck.
Well, I think I figured that part out. I just, I was like, we've got to go places we don't want to go to get rid of this.
Okay. So stepping foot inside Lotta Balls. It's actually quite relieving. Normally when you step from the bright outside into a bowling alley, it's the drop in ambient light is usually quite jarring and shocking, but in this case it's more like stepping into a cool pool on a hot day. Like the lack of searing brightness is just like oh, thank God. Nearly orgasmic, one might say. The place absolutely trashed. The 10 lanes where everyone was partying are completely roped off with what looks like crime scene style warning tape. It's not really crime scene tape. It's that cheap kind of stuff you get at the Halloween store that looks like crime scene tape. And poor Chewie is busy scrubbing up one of the lanes like his life depends on it. There are cans, bottles everywhere. It's like partway through the night, you guys just started using the lanes. It's a trash receptacle. Thick puddles of sticky, syrupy 3 crazy turn the shiny wooden lanes into a multicolored mess that makes the worst movie theater floor feel better about itself. One of the ball returns has a crushed dent in the middle that looks almost as though Elephantum did a cannonball onto it, or something of his size, or someone of his size. A handful of individuals that are more third-party acquaintances than anyone you actually know are still passed out on various seats, some with bottles or cans still clutched in their hands. And poor Chewie just kind of looks up,
Hey, Chewy
and
Bra.
looks at Tyler with a complete expression of vacant defeat, like, why?
What the Zorp happened last night, man?
Y'all, you guys?
Yeah?
He kind of stomps over a little bit. Well, he's not so much that he's stomping. He's walking normally, but with the way that his sneakers are sticking to the lanes, it's like boom, boom, every single step. And he gets to the edge of the lanes, and he just kind of kicks his sneakers off, like, I'm not even going to keep walking around in those. And looks at Ricky and goes, I think you left something here last night. And wanders over to the. And Tyler, this is a. He's normally pretty chill and lets things slide off
Yeah,
his back. This
Chewy's
is
mega chill.
he's he's dead inside right now. He kind
Oh.
of ambles up towards
Dude, we broke
the main
Chewy.
desk where the lost and found is. Slaps it up on the main thing. Starts pulling things out of it. Sunglasses. And pulls up a patent leather wallet with the snaps on it and Super Saiyan Goku visible on the front, and holds it out to Rick and goes, I think this is yours, man. Did we lose Vaughn?
Nope.
Okay.
Sort of, maybe.
That's right. You apparently left your patent leather Dragon Ball Z wallet at the bowling alley.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
And it's there. It's just sitting there.
Do you have your ID card?
It was in his it was in the lost and found.
Oh, well, that's good. And everything's in there. Like, do a quick search through my wallet, make sure everything's in.
Of course not.
What do I have in there?
You have you have your driver's license, you have your bank card,
Bank
you have your
card.
library card, you have a
Library card.
Blockbuster card, um,
Your bus
various assorted cards. The one important thing you do note is that the card that you were most hoping to not have to deal with again, as you reach into the little secret compartment, you pull out a thick piece of what looks like charcoal that just starts turning to dust again as your hand interacts with it.
Oh yeah, shit.
It's like the one thing that's needed to be intact. Chewie,
Well, the bank card's there, which is good.
yeah. And Chewie kind of sits there and is like, I don't know what you guys did last night, but look, you guys said you were going to do something real stupid. I mean, I can even tell it was a stupid idea. Said you were going to go to the club. You and Roger, everyone else had passed
Oh
out, and
no.
you said, "Hey, why don't we go to the club?"
We went to the club, didn't we?
Oh,
Ooh, brah.
But you needed disguises first. At least that's what the crab said.
Were we
Okay,
disguised when
so
we left here?
No, no, you weren't. At
Tyler's
this
gonna
point,
pick up a mop and he's gonna try to start helping Chewie clean up.
you realize why Chewie is looking dead as soon as the mop hits this even wet with the cleanser, saturated with the cleanser. You slap it down, and it's like the sticky malted alcohol with syrup violently resists being
No,
cleaned,
it's cool. We
and
just gotta let it soak a little.
uh, you can tell like he's been busting his butt, and there's only about maybe 2 square feet of the lanes that have been cleaned of all 10 lanes. Um, it's not going anywhere. Um,
What, even if we get like the buffer?
you might need the buffer. The
Get the buffer.
problem is Ray locked the buffer back in the supply cabinet last night because he didn't want any of the special guests poking around.
Oh, that's no problem. You know how we break into that all the time.
If you can get us in there, that'd be great.
Oh yeah.
Um, I need everybody to make a smart plus perception check.
9.
Okay, Marge is 8.
I'm sorry, what did you get?
16.
16. Oh, holy
Oh,
crap. Okay.
boy. Yeah.
Well, 2d8s and a d6. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tyler is 15.
Okay. Well, everyone, as you're mulling over the idea of being disguised, and in the case of Tyler, just weird movements being made, um, you notice there's a little hand stamp on the back of your hand, but it's not a daffodil. It's in the shape of a raised fist that's glowing, and it's kind of got that opalescent look to it. Tyler and Ricky would both recognize this immediately. Mr. Bitts pulls it from the annals of his memory after seeing it from months ago. That's the symbol that they keep flashing around from the Comic Con that's going on at the not at all excessively named Music Sports Multiplex, which you guys were actually there for them to set up a week ago.
Oh, yeah. And yeah. Is that where we got the costumes? We need to figure out maybe our hero costumes are where we got these costumes.
Well, no, you went to Lotta Balls in street clothes. You were in
Oh, I
street
know,
clothes.
but we got costumes now, and he said that we had to change to go to the club.
But well, one of you is in a Sailor Moon cosplay, so
Yeah. So
We were at the. I mean, the stamps
we
show that we
well we
were at
were
Comic
there.
Con.
We were there. Yeah.
We are at TC Comic Con.
yeah, it's TCCC.
Yeah. Tyler's still gonna try to bust into the
Oh,
buffer
sure.
closet.
That would be either fast or smart, whichever you wish to use, and thievery plus hero.
Oh man, I thought he had thievery, but he doesn't.
I thought one of you guys had thievery.
No, I
Well,
guess
it's definitely not me.
Sonny Stellarson's the only one I rolled that had thievery.
Was it kobold?
It might have been. If you like, you can also use convenience clerk, your mundane job skill, because this totally applies to your mundane job.
He has been
Being that this
robbing.
is your mundane job.
Why do I not have my mundane job skill down?
It is there, convenience clerk D6.
Oh, I just didn't. I was looking. I'm using my other sheet.
Oh, we got to remember you have enhanced hearing. We haven't been paying attention to that, I don't think.
Ooh, I rolled a 13.
13. All right. You bust into the supply closet, and there it is, that gigantic, almost Zamboni-like super floor clean buffer 2000,
We're gonna buff the zarp out of these floors.
which this is the first sign of emotion you've seen from Chewie. He looks like he's going to cry, like, thank you, man. Thank you. I got to get this clean by noon if Ray comes in and it's like this. Oh my God, I'm going to die.
Oh, I mean, Ray's not gonna blame you, man. He knows, like, Roger rented the place out, and his friends were here.
Many of them still are.
Yeah, he's gonna charge Roger for this, man. Chewie, don't worry about it. It's not on you. This is beyond your
I hope
control,
you're right,
man.
man.
You're doing your best. So
He did his best.
he did his best, and so does Chewie need help buffing the floors? Like, can Tyler get some floor buffage in?
I mean, it's not really designed as a two-person kind of
He understands the gravity
machine.
of this cleaning situation, but he also wants to go make some poppers.
I mean, it's just the design of the machine. It's not really like, I mean, if someone wants to help, basically they're
Like,
just going to be standing on
he'll
the side
ask
looking
Chewie,
at it like,
Chewie, I'll like buff the floors for a while. You could take a break, but like, could you go get some poppers for we haven't had breakfast yet, man.
Oh yeah,
well, you
if we
could
had food.
Get some.
easily go and make yourself some poppers if you needed to, and
Should we
not trouble Chewy.
Okay.
should we try to lift a set of car keys and or a key card to HQ
Or really
from
even
some
some
of the people that are
cash.
passed out?
Does anyone have cash on them? Of these passed out people?
Well, actually, the only person that knows he has cash, or Mr. Bert has cash, but he's the only one who knows about it. I don't think he's mentioned it yet.
Yeah, but like the passed out people, can we like roll them?
You're gonna
Um,
rob the passed out guests.
We're good for it, you know?
well, Tyler does know there's closed circuit television in here.
What? But he knows where the blind spots are. Because he's like constantly robbing Ray Lotta of like food and stuff. Since
Yeah, that's
since Ray
true.
Lotta pays him under the table.
So, are you going to consider robbing some of the passed out heroes?
We need to make that $500 for so we can keep our driver. And
Oh,
Tyler's like, "Hey, Dave, you
his
want any poppers? You want some breakfast?"
Dave at this point, he's basically going to keep the meter running until you get this fraud lock removed. So,
Yeah, but like we have to pay him at least $500, right? I mean, that's his max.
yeah, but that's going to come out of your app on your card once the fraud lock is lifted.
Oh, hey, do we have any computers here? I mean, I know that Tyler doesn't have anything.
As Lyft and Uber work on, or in this case, not Lyft and Uber, I don't know about them, but dropped runs purely cash free for the safety of the drivers and its passengers. As for computers go,
Like,
there's an
wait,
ancient one that I'm sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
like it's time to see if Bert can hack something.
There's an ancient computer that you know is in Ray Bob's office.
Okay.
And if there's CCTV, why don't we go watch the video of what happened last night? Maybe we'll get some
that
clues.
might be helpful. And wait, does Chewie have his laptop? Of course, Chewie does have his laptop.
Oh no, Ray Bob doesn't have a laptop. No, he's
No, I was
got
thinking Chewie.
an
Sometimes Chewie has things, but okay.
no, Ray Bob's got one of those. It's 2019 and it's still running Windows XP kind of thing.
Oh, the
Service
the
Pack
optimal
1.
the optimal system.
Yeah, the totally optimal system. Um, the kind when you power it up, it sounds like an old car with a bunch of uh, silverware in the engine.
Yeah.
Still got the CRT monitor.
Man, I miss Windows XP.
And there is, as we said, there is CCTV if you wish to observe your antics last night.
I think it'll be a combination of next steps. I mean, like, got doing the floor a little bit for Chewy and getting some snacks and going back to the offices so like um, Bert can hack the computer, see if he can hack the dropped program, the dropped servers,
And
and
get
um,
Bert.
and check out the CCTV recordings. Maybe erase anything that's really incriminating.
Okay. Um, well, that's a couple of things here. First off, Bert, I'm sure you want to do some hackery things to begin with.
Well, I guess the question is what will we hack? What should we hack?
That was to, I believe, Marge.
Now, okay, so I'm totally not understanding what exactly the issue is with the fraud lock. Like I don't
Mhm.
understand that concept. So what would Bert need to be hacking to sort that out?
Well,
Could
actually,
Marge
there's also a
call?
phone here, but
Yeah, could Marge call Darren and have Darren call the credit card company and have them release the fraud lock?
Is that what
she
that
could.
is? Is that the thing that when they see charges that they think are unusual, they lock down the credit card?
That's exactly what it is. You
Oh,
have
so all she'd have to do is
dramatically.
call them.
That is exactly what happened.
Oh,
Now
but
there's a
Marge doesn't
phone.
remember off the top of her head what her credit card number is. But like, what's his face has that info, right?
What's his face?
Dave, the driver, he has her card number.
Who has her card number?
Dave, the drop driver.
No,
No,
that's all
no, no,
behind
no.
the scenes in the app.
That's way behind the scenes. Yeah,
Oh,
no, the drop driver never sees it. Never sees.
I
He's
think I'd
got your
have to
name.
roll to see if Marge actually remembers the number, because I think from real life, sometimes I actually do know my credit card number by memory, and sometimes I don't.
Oh, that's fair. I'll go ahead and give that a roll, especially with a hangover. A very nasty one.
I think it kind of depends on how much online shopping I've been doing recently and how many times I've had to fill in boxes.
Yep, pretty much. And how many times I've said, "Remember my card number." Thank you.
So what should I roll? Smart in something?
Mm.
I don't think there's any skill that really applies to
I think that would
remembering.
be. I'm trying to think. I don't really think. Would that apply to soccer mom as your mundane job skill? Um,
She might, yeah. I guess it's possible that remembering stuff like the family's financial information might
That's
be a
kind of
thing.
part of the soccer mom
Because you might have to
thing.
call in somewhere and order up like snacks for like the bird guides meeting or something.
I'll allow it. Go ahead. Yeah, smart plus soccer mom and your hero die.
8.
I'm sorry, I did not quite catch.
8.
8. Okay. Um, takes you a couple tries, but yeah, you got it. You're pretty confident you got it.
Okay. So I can just call up the credit card company. Because isn't their numbers usually like 1-800 something that's like money card? 1
Well,
800 the name of the credit card company.
even if you don't know it, it's easy enough for for Bert to like, what's your bank, and go to the bank's website and pull the customer service number up and
So I'll
hand it to
call
you.
the customer service number.
Okay. There's a good old computer voice. Um, Ding. Thank you for calling Financial Services. This call may be recorded for monitoring and quality assurance purposes. Ding.
But I hope it's not completely automated.
You managed to get through an automated menu
Press
in
0.
shocking speed.
I
Yeah,
totally want to
basically
talk
mash
to a
0
person.
100 times. Um, well, the thing is, after you identify, you have entered your card number, your account number, the last four of your social, your PIN number, all of the authentication things, you are immediately transferred to. Please hold while you are transferred to financial services. At which point, a representative picks up and says, "Hello, this is Gloria from Financial Services. How can I help you?"
Yes, I've got a fraud log on my credit card. I need to have that removed. What do I need to do to authorize? Because I think I've made some recent charges that were flagged, but they were actually charges I made. Can we like review my file or something and sort this out?
Yes, I see that your assets have been temporarily frozen on suspicion of fraudulent behavior. Of note, these charges include $84.72 for Daffodil Cigars Incorporated, $114.09 to Daffodil Club Entertainment, and most concerning is $31.68 at Taco Burger Palace. And all transactions made 4 hours before or after these charges are being held pending the results of the investigation.
Oh, I can say with pretty much absolute certainty that I did make those charges for whatever reason.
So you're confirming that these are, in fact, authorized charges on your account.
Yeah, the Daffodil Club and the Taco Burger. Does the Taco Burger Palace one list possibly what I ordered? I mean, are they
Mm,
itemized in any way, or they're just lump charges, right?
It's just a lump charge, and it says location 6184.
Alrighty. So, give me those amounts again? I remember it was like $31 at Taco Burger Palace.
$31.68 at Taco Burger
And it
Palace.
was like 60 something for my cigars.
$84.72 for Daffodil Cigars.
Oh, yeah. It just brings me back to
And
college.
$114.09 to Daffodil Club Entertainment.
Well, that's a fun thing. But yes, I was at all those places last night. Can you give me the times of those charges again?
I, she gives you times. I
Was the
did not make an actual timeline
was Taco
for
Burger
these minutes
like
at a
just
time.
in general was Taco Burger Palace because I'm assuming the two daffodil things were roughly the same time. Were they before or after the Taco Burger Palace? I'm assuming if you listed them in order,
Yeah.
we went to the Taco Burger Palace after the Daffodil Club.
Taco Burger Palace was after the Daffodil Club, yes. Taco Burger Palace appears to have been around 3 in the morning.
Well, that means at 4 o'clock in the morning was when we ended up at Mitch's. So sometime between when we went to Taco Burger Palace and Mitch's is when we hooked up with DJ Funk Juicy, apparently.
Well, I mean, the Funk Juicy could have been with us like at Taco Burger Palace.
True.
But I think between Taco Burger Palace and Mitch's, we went to the docks to get that boat, and it might have been
Now, a
like
lot of times.
when we got the boat
Oh, go ahead.
because Funk's boat apparently. That might be when we encountered him first.
True.
Oh,
A lot of times in the details of the charge, it'll tell you what I guess what restaurant number, what number in the
yeah, like
chain.
which Taco Burger Palace was it?
Yes, it does say it was Taco Burger Palace location number 6182.
Why do I have the
I
feeling that that's the one that Tyler like completely got asked to leave this morning?
um, I can already hear Bert frantically typing into Google the store locations. Taco Burger Palace location number 6182 is scrolling or affecting my zoom because I'm holding down control and trying to scroll at the same time. Because of course I am. And Taco Burger Palace number 6182 is the closest Taco Burger Palace to the Nuclear Particle Accelerator Research Laboratory.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay, somehow that makes sense. That might be where we got this fish goat.
No, that would make sense. Agreed.
So, do you have your card with you right now, ma'am?
Do I? Did I give the physical card to Dave or no? It's just on my account. I do not. But I do know my little security code, whatever.
Well, until we actually have the card physically in your possession,
Oh, you mean physically in my possession?
yes, you
Oh,
have the
well, let
card
me go.
with you.
Let me go get it. Out of my glove compartment.
I'm gonna need a charming plus deception roll on this one.
I just think something occurred to me. Why am I being so dumb and saying I don't have it with me? You're gonna screw me over, though. I'm pretty sure. Either way.
Totally.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong character sheet. Oh, goody. Was it charming and deception?
Yep, charming and deception.
Is 10 good enough?
10 is enough to convince her that you have the card on her because she asked for your security code or the CVV code, and you are able to, in a flash of without even thinking, just reflexively, 669. Okay, one moment, please. And places you on hold for about 3 minutes.
Which is crazy because that's totally what I was thinking.
Do what?
I was totally thinking
No
if you asked me
way.
what it was going to be 669.
Okay. After several minutes, she comes back on the line. Okay, since I have you on record here that you have authorized the charges that were locked under suspicion of fraud. We have verified the card verification code from the back of your card, which you stated you do have on your possession. Is that correct?
Yes. Though I
Oh,
will say, I do not plan to use this card for any purchases today except for a charge to a dropped app.
okay, I can make a note of that on your account. Bear in mind that when we do this and release this, I have to inform you that any charges which are considered suspicious that took place during this period will be considered to be authorized
Well,
because you
that's what
didn't
I'm
verify
saying
them.
though, is I'm saying I'm only going to make a charge to dropped. So any other charges after this point today.
Would you like to then report your card as stolen? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like in the event that other charges are made, uh, it should go in lockdown again unless I call you.
Uh, I'm going to need another deception roll for that.
I know, this is so real life because
Because
the
that
only
just you just
times.
totally red flagged that
No,
you are lying
because
out your
I'm
ass.
saying like whenever I've had to do this, oh my god. I didn't recognize the verbiage before, but every time I would have to travel out of the country on business, this happened. Even when I like called the credit card company beforehand to tell them, okay, I'm going on a trip for work to this country and I'm going to be staying at this hotel. Please do not block charges at this hotel. And they would still get flagged.
And then they do.
And then, but the thing is, you just took the flag off and then told them to flag it again, which is like,
Like I would tell them precisely, like, this is the circumstance in which these charges are okay, but if you see anything else,
and then totally,
it's
bomb it
totally,
anyway.
and it'd just be a total, like, you couldn't diverge from this, like, on or off, and there was like no complexity was allowed. Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm doing this whole deception thing again.
Charming plus deception.
Oh dear, that's only a 9.
Oh, what a time to cut out. Only
9.
a what?
A 9.
9. Okay. There's a bit of a pause on the line as you can tell she's just debating on whether or not to not release the fraud lock. And
Oh, this is giving me flashbacks to something else terrible. Oh. Don't screw me over. No, oh my god, this made me remember terrible thing. Okay.
Well, ma'am, unfortunately, there's only it's either on or off. I can't just remove the fraud lock for one charge for a drop driver and then say that everything else is invalid because that's not how fraudulent charge locks work.
Okay.
If you have the card in your possession, then there should be no further fraudulent charges. And if these were in fact officiated
But
or
like,
authorized charges,
okay. Sure. Marge makes a mental note to call it in Lost later on in the afternoon. Fingers crossed.
okay.
If they don't find it.
I have removed the seizure from your assets, and the fraud lock is now off. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No. Have a great day.
Would you like to take a short 30-second survey to rate our customer service this afternoon?
Sure.
And she actually transfers you to the stupid automated survey line that no one wants to do.
Oh, I always do that if I'm feeling good. Because I figure nobody wants to do it. So I'm like, why don't I actually be helpful? Because working customer service for a credit card company is a kind of a shitty job.
Working phone customer service for anybody is a shitty job.
It's a shitty job.
There's so much negativity.
If you can take, especially if it's been a positive experience, if you can take like 30 seconds to like do the stupid survey and give positive feedback, why not do it and not be an asshole?
From the call center background, yes, please. Or better yet, ask to speak to the manager and verbally tell the manager that so-and-so did a great job.
And if someone did a really great job, you could like write a letter and say, they were super helpful and I appreciate that they were such a great person.
to seriously work in call centers is like 99.98% in filth and negativity. It's
Yes.
horrid. Okay, so you've managed to get your fraud lock removed, but you still don't have your wallet or purse.
I
Or
know, and
however
I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about like what thousands of dollars of charges for like for like for like bongs or something is going to show up on this card. I'm not excited about it. That's why I was trying to be snaky and get like all but poor Dave's charge blocked.
Yeah, financial institutions are pretty savvy about that game, though. All right.
I know
Well,
it's a really good
we're
thing.
only a few minutes away from our normal stop time. We didn't even take a break this evening, which is crazy.
I know it's been hardcore.
And we have a hard stop time for one of our members tonight. So I think we're gonna call it a park point here, at Lotta Balls Bowling Alley, with Mr. Bits poking around the computer, Marge having removed her fraud lock, Ricky having recovered his wallet with no Defender's ID card in it. Ricky, your cash is still there, though. That's the good point.
Yay.
How much cash you got, man?
Yeah. How much cash do I got?
I don't know, how much cash does Ricky have?
Probably not
$2.
tons.
I don't know. Is he an all cash person? Is he an all plastic person? Is he some kind of
Oh,
hybrid?
he's probably all plastic. He's probably
Okay.
all plastic. So it might have been like
$6 and some change.
yeah, like a little bit of change.
What are the odds Tyler still has clothes here?
Pretty low considering I think he moved into Defenders HQ, if I recall correctly.
Well, he moved, but that there could be so many like things about like how much would he actually bring.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say clothing kind of is an important part of
Because he has
moving.
to take it. He has to do it trip by trip on his Vespa. So it's not like necessarily a one trip thing, but I mean here again he probably doesn't have a lot of stuff.
So you're saying it's more of a moving?
Like a gradual it's like a process. And since it was just yesterday, right, that he actually signed the contract.
What was it yesterday? Or was it Thursday? I think it was Thursday.
Was it Thursday?
I'm pulling up the calendar.
I mean, I know that I personally would not move everything right away if it was in the same town. There would be this kind of progression, like the advanced troops and then the stuff that actually got moved.
Actually, checking the calendar, you got the go-ahead to become an authentic shiny, visited your mom, and got the okay, but no mention of actually moving, so he will probably have most of his clothing and stuff still here.
So Tyler will totally change, and he would offer up, T-shirts to anyone who wants them. He's got some board shorts.
Is anyone partaking in the
No, I'll
bowling
keep my
alley
costume.
T-shirt?
It fits all right.
Bert
your
is
Sailor
looking
Moon
for a
on.
shirt.
Yeah, I keep the Sailor Moon on.
Marge will totally go T-shirt and board shorts.
Bert is looking for Bert would probably go board shorts and t-shirt too if there's something that would fit.
She's gonna ask for some bowling shoes.
The alley itself would probably, I haven't been in a pro shop. If I remember correctly, most of the time pro shops are only from the waist up for polos and T-shirts and the like. I haven't been in one in a while. Tyler's attire would probably be rather snug.
He's a little bit on the short. He's on the short side, so the inside leg isn't going to be very long.
We'll have to do some research on the offline as to whether clothing will fit or not.
Yeah,
but
he might have some sweats or something. I mean, it's all jeans and casual whatever stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely a pair of
outside his
sweats.
bowling league outfit.
Yeah,
And
definitely
that
a pair of sweats would
and
be
that
fine.
one purple polyester suit.
Yeah, Mr. Bitch, you can or Bert can get some sweatpants and a stolen alley polo and be fine, and no longer be wearing a kilt. Are you keeping the kilt purse with $117, or just the $117?
Is there anything else in the kilt purse other than the $117?
Just the $117 in assorted small bills.
Okay, no, I just keep the money.
Okay. So, attire, we have Bert in a. I have to adjust this. Bert is in. You still have the boots that came with it because you have no other footwear, I'm assuming.
I'm gonna lift a pair of bowling shoes. So bowling shoes, sweatpants, and a polo shirt. Quite an outfit.
Okay. So, sweatpants, bowling alley, polo shirt. Important question. Are you paying for the alley shirt? Or I should say, leaving money for it?
I'm gonna leave an IOU
Okay.
because I think we need to hold on to whatever assets we have at the moment.
Okay. And Marge is got the.
She's now wearing a Super Mecha Fight Island t-shirt. She's still got the chain around her neck, and she's got some board shorts on and some bowling shoes that I guess she
You might
hasn't technically paid for, but like she could uh, do the whole enter her number on the payment system with Tyler to charge it since her card's unlocked now.
So we're doing the basically borrowed asterisk on the bowling shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And Ricky is still wearing his Sailor Moon cosplay.
Yeah, I mean he'll pretend like it's it's all right. I mean,
Yeah,
I can't afford new clothes, guys, so it's okay. I'll just continue to wear this.
your stuff doesn't fit. It's like you guys are the same size. It doesn't fit. Like, and Tyler is in normal street attire, correct?
Yeah, he's in his clothes.
Okay. All right. And $117 now in the sweatpants for Bert. And Ricky's got his wallet, and Marge's assets are unlocked.
Production.
But the cards still MIA. And that is where we're going to call it for tonight.
Super. I got to go.
Yeah.
go
And
get some sleep, Vaughn.
Yeah.
several of us have to
Thanks,
go.
guys.
Thanks for coming along. It was a blast.
All right, thanks everybody.
Thank you. Good
See ya.
night.
All right, good night.
Good night.